Right. That's the end. Okay, so done. Just the last bit. Hello, mate. You all right? We've got some new museum pieces in today. These are absolutely faultless. I've never seen a trident in this condition before. It's absolutely immaculate. Right, give it one last test then. So immaculate, it doesn't make any noise whatsoever. I'll turn the volume down, didn't I, twat? Go. Okay. All right, she's done at least. Everything passes. Got to put it all back together now. Yeah, it does make a nice change. Although they got their little faults, I mean, we're talking stupid little faults. But all of them are absolutely... Well, we've got the original boxes and everything. Mad. Okay, is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. So, nice quickie jobs. Not as much money in the bank, but a lot less stress. So it's a win-win. Of course, the downside is with machines in this perfect condition it's always a little worrying, you know. So the woodwork is completely immaculate. There's not a scratch, a dent in any of the wood anywhere. So, well, at least you know the plastic veneer that is on the either plywood or hardwood, not hardwood. Oh, what do they call the stuff? Like Conti board. Most of these antiques were made from, and then they put a real wood veneer over the top because why wouldn't they? There we go. Let's make sure they're all in. Like I say, you just have to be extra careful with them. You know, don't want to, you know, no slipping screwdrivers. Or dogs that need their claws cut. If you know what I mean. Right, and then it's just the one wood screw in the back, this side. Oh, come on, don't yell. We've heard that before. Right, pain in the ass. Come on, off you go. Come on. And one on the other side. There we go. So I don't know if he'll be in today, if anybody. I know Matt won't because he's in hospital. Apparently, his appendix burst. Poor sod. Okay. That is done and dusted. We can move on to the next one now. Yeah, this one, its poly section wasn't firing up. So we've still got that sorted out. Dust, I think, more than anything else, rather than an electronic issue. But this is what's remarkable about this machine is it still has its S1 sustain switch, foot switch. These never survive. Absolutely. And it even has its service manual, owner's manual, and bill of sale in the box. Real true, you know, museum pieces. But that Juno, I think that Juno is the tidiest I've ever seen, ever. That's how I remember them looking back in 1982. It's ridiculous. If anything, it looks like it spent the last 40 odd years in a box, in a temperature controlled environment. It's mad. There isn't even marks on the keys. Maybe they just go on display somewhere. I don't know. Well, I say, you know, these are the best I've ever seen. I have seen them before because I restored them in the first place, and they were immaculate then. They just needed servicing, you know. Well, I say restoring, probably it's too strong a word. A good service, you know, power conditioners, caps, that kind of thing. But there was no scratchy, worn pots or anything as such. So they obviously aren't played, which is kind of sad in a way. But there you go. Now, this one's got to go back into this box. Wiggle room, doesn't it? Old bits. There's the top, that's the top bit. And that's the bowl bit. It has to go in wearing this. And then that one slides over the top. Good laugh, eh? Let's put the there you go. That's a good girl. Right. The way to do this is that one goes in afterwards. This one is the one that goes on the synth before you put it in. Right. Okay. I'll get this figured out in a minute. Really needs two people. But of course Muggy's here. Has to do it on his own. What is that dog eating now? Right. So far so good. Now, that's on. Now, it just goes into the box without the lid comes down. There. Then the support is in that end. Okay. Then frontal goes in there. These support the front. These go one there, one there. There we go. One there, one there. Okay, and then the switch Where did I put the switch? Where did I put the switch? There. Tucks in. There. Lovely. Owner's manual. There we go. Then you. Right. Fucking hell. Right, put the tape. Where's the tape? There it is. The fragile tape. Because everything is so fragile. Didn't you know? Oh, for pity's sake. I got a piece of shit. I'm supposed to tear. God damn it. Another one for good measure. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Right, so that's... Oh! Mother of God! That's her. Done. Right. Next is... Oh no, that's done. Juno's done. Give her a test. One test. Before we... Oh no, we've got to put it back together as well, haven't we? That's true. Better check now. Okay. Let's get the Juno over. Right. Right, this little moo is absolutely like brand new. Alright, everything's checked out on this. Right across the board. So it's just to put it back together. Right. So, first thing to do is to screw the keyboard back in. have to do this the hard way. Come on, up you come, girl. Because we're going to have to tilt you over. So we put down the nice blankie. There you go. There we go. There you go, lovely. There you go. Now, where's the tray? Where's the tray? What have we done with the tray? Hey? You just have the bloody thing. Where is it? Oh. This is why jobs take so long. I keep putting shit down and then forgetting where I put it down. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's here. Fucking hell, I can't see it for looking. Come on, line up, you little cow. Okay, that's one. I put a very big tolerance on these keyboard holes. That's not the keyboard bolt, that is. Okay, and one here. And one here. And one more. No, it's two more, isn't it? One in there. And one in there. Here we go. Lovely. So, end ones first. These screws have never ever been taken out before. Ridiculous, isn't it? I would do the screws by hand on machines like this. No, and don't use electric screwdrivers and stuff. Yeah, that lines up lovely. Right. Audio cable. Right, now I've got to find screw hole. That's a point. You can go like this. And you too. There we go. Morning.
Yeah, I can. You hear me all right?
You all right?
Oh. Can you hear us?
Oh. You all right?
No sound?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh. All right, cool. I hate to
Oh.
see it on your own when
You all right?
you're streaming. So yeah, I'm working from home. Well, I'm saying working from home. I'm actually on my own projects today. So a
Oh,
bit of
yeah.
prototyping.
Nice.
Bloody hate 3D
You're
printers though.
where I want to be,
Sorry?
aren't you?
Breaking up there a bit.
You're where I want to be.
All right. Yeah, John Swat.
You're where I want to be. You're prototyping.
Yeah, John.
That's what
John.
I'm.
Oh, your internet. I think your internet's dropping out there, mate.
Yeah, the reception down here last couple of days has been awful.
Yeah, I noticed yesterday. Yeah.
Because the thingy's over here. I don't know why. What's going on here? Because it's hardwired into this. Seems all right. That makes sense. What was I going to do?
Strange though, Ken, because it was all right until I came in for some reason.
No, it was shit yesterday as well.
It was shit yesterday, yeah, but just now it's been all right.
Oh, don't know.
And that doesn't really make any sense. That.
No, not at all.
Yeah, poor Matt. He's had some fucking rotten luck past few years, hasn't he?
Tell me about it. Poor sod. But
Yeah.
to go this long without having to worry about it, and then suddenly bang.
Yeah.
Oh, you piece of shit! You're supposed to hold the cable together. Sit over there a minute. Have a look at this bugger. Because this one's got to go back in about an hour and a half, I think.
All right.
So hopefully, whatever the problem is, Yamaha and heavy keyboards. Christ. Oh, cheese on bread.
Don't even that one looks tidy.
They all are. They're absolute museum pieces, all three of them.
Yeah.
But thing is, it's a 6-voice poly synth, but it weighs the same as the London Symphony Orchestra. Fucking hell. Oh, this one I can use the electric screwdriver on. Oh.
But then you get the other end of the scale where you pick other stuff up and you go, I don't trust this, it's too light.
Yeah. Well, like there's a TVS, the modern one. And even in its box, it's nothing to it at all. Which screams surface mount to me.
Yeah, don't mind the surface mount so much. It's just the mechanical construction. Just think, how long's this going to last?
Yeah. Well, this Oberheim thing seems to be pretty nicely done.
Mm.
We're getting old. But, so what are you prototyping in? Or is it all NDA?
No, it's my own personal projects. I've got a pedal on the go here. I've got an expression pedal. I've had an idea floating around in my head for a while.
Yeah.
Whereby you've got your normal pedal that goes up and down with your foot. But I've made like a toe and heel thing which are sprung, so that you can set the pedal with your foot, but then you can momentarily increase or decrease it, and then when you let go, it. So yeah, I'll show you where I'm at with it. So there's your normal pedal. You see that, all right? So it would go like that, but then these sections will at both ends will
additional control.
Yeah, but it'll still just work in an ordinary slot because the sprung sections will be feeding the main pot. So the 5-volt and the 0 rail will change for the main pot. So it'll plug automatically into an ordinary pedal slot, like.
Got you.
And I'm also considering putting a roller in the middle section.
Yeah.
So that you've got an extra level of control as well, but that would be an extra. Obviously, that would require an extra input. But I might just make the whole thing a MIDI unit anyway, and But yeah, it's an idea I've been floating around with because I get frustrated with. Basically, people think I come up with ideas. I don't. I just get frustrated with the things I've already got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's where the ideas are born from, isn't it? Where you effect off having to do something one particular way.
Yeah. But some people seem to think, you just sit there thinking of things all the time. But no, it's just I'm never satisfied with other people's designs.
I'd come up with some of my.
Hiya, David.
Designs having a shit. Be sitting at the bottom and go, oh, that's an idea, yeah. Christ, it's immaculate inside. Oh, I did restore this one, but it's still immaculate.
They are a lovely design, though, those. They do look lovely.
Yeah. They are clever. They are cleverly done. Now, he said there's something wrong on the output. So, let's plug this up and see what the problem on the output actually is. Right, let's mix out. Right, mix 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Power to the people. Where's the power, man? Where's down here? Oh shit! You better check, Ken. It's not gone to 110. Oh yeah, of course. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's set to 240, but she's a 2-pin. Oh, pants. Should have the cable in the box actually. if it's noise, that's one thing. If it's distortion, it's something else. Right. Okay. And turn the old girl on. Boom. Doing anything. Turn it right up. Okay.
Ooh, sun's come out.
I think it's not here, it ain't.
No, it's been very wet here all morning.
Yeah. Right, I think the audio relay is at fault here. Let's see. We're on. Yeah. Because there's a circuit that mutes the output when you turn it on, so you don't hear it doing all this. It does a quick auto tune and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that it's doing will be the relay or the relay controller. I've got the relay controller.
Oh, nice one, Dave. Well done, mate. Nice one. That didn't take you too long, did it?
What's that?
David Surchek's got got a new job.
Hey.
Bit shit the way he got treated in that last setup, though, isn't it? Really, at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one, mate.
Mind you, from what I've been hearing in the past, there's a degree of what's the word? Almost disrespect on the part of employers with employees, especially in the office end of things.
Yeah, I suppose if you
a lot is expected.
If you're in the company of egos who are driven for success, you know, rather than creating something, yeah. But now, made up for you, mate.
You're always hearing about, you know, the woman gets who's having a baby. She takes 2 weeks maternity leave. Never mind 6 months, 2 weeks, and she comes back and she hasn't really got a job anymore.
Mm.
Which strikes me as a little harsh, to say the least.
Just a bit, yeah.
Right, so I have got to remove. Oh, right, yeah.
Hi, Steve.
The output board. It's going to be a pain in the arm, isn't it? Hopefully not the whole board, of course. Sitting here like a lemon waiting for the summer to start.
Keeps luring you into a false sense of security, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Couple of nice days and then shits on you for a week.
Well, I've had to put the Mustang restoration on hold because I can't do.
What, since it tried to kill you with the bumper?
Bloody thing. It really looked like it wasn't going to go anywhere, and it just suddenly just went, no, changed my mind, and boom, down it came. Little bastard.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt too much, but the thing was, I couldn't get it off me, and I couldn't get back out from under the car with it on me.
Yeah.
Where's Fiona when I need her? So it took me about, it felt like an hour, but it was probably 5 to 6 minutes to get out of the car. Bloody great big
It's Cressy. Hey, mate. Oh, your other camera's died, Kent. Hello, Jason. There we go.
Okay, let's take this controller chip out. But first, locate.
Yeah, just to clarify, the name I've chosen on screen there is due to my flamboyant way of coming down the stairs this morning.
Where are they? It's in one of these.
Right, it appears Kent's microphone is attached to his other camera, which keeps cutting out. Can you hear me? Right. Okay. Can Ken hear me? But we can't hear Kent. That's for sure. Oh, there we go. You're back.
We're back. We're back.
You're back. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Dropped out.
It's just that one camera that cuts out every now and again.
Yeah.
The other one's fine.
It seems. Yeah, it's weird.
I'm good, thanks, Jason. Although if you've got any of those lovely biscuits you make, I'll have one of them.
Come on, yes. Lovely. There you go. Hot. Shoulder. Go. You sound like you're building a shed.
Oh yeah, I'm just knocking things over. We had to rearrange the house. The piano movers were coming to take the piano out the other day, and someone had parked in our drive, so they couldn't get it out. So the house is still in that state.
Someone parked in your drive?
Well, I live in the centre of town, so it's occupational hazard. Yeah.
Yeah, a higher concentration of arseholes.
Yeah, and just a few years ago, they built a big block of flats across the way, and they want to charge the people who live in the flats an extra £100 a month to have a parking space. So yeah, people take the piss a bit, but
yeah, that is taking a piss a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, although I do think the people who own the flats are taking the piss, charging them an extra £100 for a parking space. To be honest with you, because a one-bedroom flat in that building opposite costs more than I pay for this 3-bedroom grade 2 listed house. You know, doesn't make any fucking sense. That
no.
It's just extortion. Having said that, this house it's owned by the Quakers, and so it was built in 1700 and something. So they've not got a mortgage to think about. So the rent, we are paying quite a low rent, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
it still seems extortion what they're charging over there.
Yeah, it does seem a bit, but
you know, and they've got to pay service costs on top of everything. And
yeah. Gosh, all the hidden charges.
Yeah. Hi, Inhibit, Jack. Hope you're all well. Oh, do you know what? I've got something for Matt. You know, it might be a good time to send it him now. It might cheer him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that film I worked on the other month, that synthesized thing that's due out shortly. I've got a book that was used as a prop. I don't know how prominently it features in the film because I've not seen the edit. but it's got a bit. It's got quite a lot in there about Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
So I think I'll let him have that.
Yeah. Well, he is a bit of a fan.
Just a bit, yeah.
Just a tad, yeah. Not obsessive or anything, but just.
Yeah, I'll pop that in the post for him in the morning.
Nice, buddy. Nice. What's all the blades?
Hey up.
Hey Rob.
I keep tidying up. Here he is.
So I was having me lunch.
You notice he's always eating.
No, just finished.
Oh, I like the blue t-shirt. That looks great.
These were
I have to get one of them.
Yeah,
specials.
Where's mine?
Where's your one?
My employee.
Your employee's one. Well, I made of money.
Yeah. Look, just turn your head 180 degrees.
Yeah. And I'll tell you how many of those I paid for.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So you've got money put away somewhere.
I wish I did.
Yeah, you'd be both, mate.
Excuse me. Did you get my message about Matt?
Yeah, Matt had already hit me up.
I thought he might.
He goes, I'm in hospital. And I went, what are you doing in there then? He goes, I'll take appendicitis. I'm going, you do know how old you are. Why now? You got this far. I know. It's mad, isn't it? It is. It's bloody mad.
Yeah. And it burst as well. So
yeah. Which is no.
Your which one is it? The one that you your camera froze. It's a really peculiar face you're pulling.
It looks like the kind of thing you see on the evening news, isn't it?
Yeah. Mr. Spong was approached for comment but refused.
Have you spoke to Matt at all, Rob?
I was speaking to him last night via Messenger, and he said he was in hospital with suspected. And then I got a message from him at 8 o'clock this morning saying appendix has burst, coming out today.
Fucking hell.
So,
saying to Kent earlier, he's not had much luck the past few years, has he, at all?
No.
Poor bastard.
I had suspected appendicitis when I was 8 years old, and they took me to the doctors. Doctor shoved his hand up my arse, did all the thing. Oh yes, that's definitely appendicitis. Get him to the hospital right now. We'll have that out. So they took me to the hospital.
Yeah.
Another hand up my arsehole. Yes, that's definitely appendicitis. He's on the list. He'll be going in this afternoon. So went in that afternoon, had my appendix out, came out. I was in hospital for, I think, a week. And then, so I don't know nowadays, is it like keyhole? It must be keyhole or something. But then, I had a little slice like this. Anyway, came out of the hospital, started throwing up everywhere at home. So my mum called the doctor at the time, whatever it was.
He'd not left his finger up your ass, had he?
So what happened was, she called the doctor and said, "Look, my son just had his appendix out, but he's now throwing up all the time. Is this normal?" And it wasn't my normal doctor; it was a locum. He said, I'll just go and get the records and let me just have a look through and just, see what's going on. So he comes back on the phone. He says, and his words were, "So as you know, Mrs. Puricelli, your son didn't have appendicitis." Yeah. And my mum goes, "Sorry, what?" And she says, "No, he didn't have appendicitis. It looked like it was a glandular swelling of some description, but they took it out anyway." But they'd failed to tell my parents that they'd operated on me for no reason at all, because But they failed to tell them that I didn't have appendicitis, and they just took it out, and that was that. I don't know what the upshot was. I mean, probably just a bug or something that I picked up. But my dad was threatening legal action and all this kind of stuff, and it was quite embarrassing because we lived in this small village, and my dad's restaurant was in this village, and one of the most regular customers was my doctor, the village doctor. And so it was this big old hoo-ha, yeah. But anyway, so I don't have an appendix anymore.
Well,
so I ain't got to worry about that.
On the bright side, it could have been.
I got fingered twice by a doctor.
The surgeon at the end of the day going, "You see my car key?
Where's my watch?"
Okay. Where's my
Have you
glove?
got a really shitty signal there, Ken?
Where did I leave my gloves?
Ken, have you got a really shitty signal?
It has been bad all afternoon.
Yes, awful, and I don't know why.
Because it looks like you're going off like 3G or something.
Yeah.
Your camera
mad,
that's pointing at the synth looks fine. So what's that? Is that the laptop?
Yeah.
And there's about a 10-second delay as well.
Yeah. It is just that one camera that keeps going screwy.
Let's see if I can remove something.
You
Is it running any better now?
No.
No. I don't understand what it is.
Oh, no, it seems you're a little grainy, but at least it's smooth now. As in fluid.
Yeah. It was fine before.
Very strange.
Very strange indeed. No, you have to see the condition of these keyboards to believe it. It's unbelievable.
What is that, a Korg?
That Juno is so immaculate.
No, the one you're in front of.
This?
Yeah.
CS7.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. He's frozen again.
Yeah.
Can't hear a word you're saying, mate.
What?
Oh,
see what I've done? Oh, hang on a minute. Just
are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
I'm connected to the wrong one.
Can't take him anywhere.
But it's not finding my one.
Mm.
What the? That's mad. What is going on?
Oh.
What do you reckon to Jamie's debacle with the
shocking
customer service?
Absolutely shocking. I mean, well,
bloody scousers, eh?
I did notice he said someone with from Liverpool rather than fucking Scouser. Yeah, no, it's fucking shocking. I mean, number one, he's been buying from them and promoting them on his show for donkeys, and they know that because he's done video content for them and stuff. So
regardless, you don't expect to be treated like that, do you?
No. So yeah, they've got a history together, and up until that point, it was a good one. Then to return some distance selling rules in this country anyway state that you have a 14-day period from the date of delivery to return the item if it is not what you wish, as long as the item's returned in brand new condition. with all of its packaging and everything. And if you look on the Music Matter website, they say exactly this, because that's the law, and they say that they will take 5% off, or take 5% of the value of the item if you don't return the outer packaging. There's 5% if you don't return the inner packaging. There's 5% if a piece is missing, like a cable or a power supply, and anything between 5 and 100% based on the condition. So they've set out their rules about how much it would you would have to give to them if you wanted to send it back, and that's all within the thing. But to charge 25 quid, a flat rate of 25 quid just to take something back that it's A, it's against the rules, and B, it's really poor for a customer that they've had for such a long time. And then when he
to be abused as well,
gets to get the abuse is just the fucking cherry on the cake, isn't it? It's
yeah.
That's wrong.
Hiya, Becky and Groove.
Hello.
Keith's had a fashion change.
Well, he's all formal at work, isn't he? Look?
Yeah, that's exactly. This is it. I'm at work, so I have to dress up for the occasion, as it were.
He has to wear the black thing because otherwise they think he's Santa.
No, I can. For this, no,
I'm just joking.
No, I know. It was cold this morning, wasn't it?
It is a little bit nippy, don't I? Yeah.
Damp and things, wasn't it? So Monday the 16th.
Right.
So, yeah. Sitting at work, tiddly pom. 557. I might have to dive off and chuck the stuff down if the phone rings.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Cressy. It might be a case that Music Matter are struggling, and this is one of the...
Well, they're going to if they treat people like that, aren't they?
Well, exactly. They're not doing themselves any favours.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I heard a year or so ago that somebody had bought the Dawson's brand and were going to go back to high street branches.
Yeah,
but
I heard that.
Nothing's happened since. And what used to be the head office around the corner here in Warrington, has been taken over by someone else now, even though it's sat empty since Dawson's left, and it's recently become something else. So I don't know what's happening there.
I remember, seeing something along those lines that said they were going to come back. I mean, they're still online, aren't they? Maybe that's where they've just. It says, hang on, find a store. They've got a store in London on Denmark Street.
Oh right, okay. So that'll probably be it then, won't it?
But that must be pretty new because I was in Denmark Street just a few months ago and I don't remember seeing that there. He's having a bit of a revival, is old Denmark Street. I wonder what they do, whether it's just guitars or... Interesting. I'll have to have a look next time I'm down.
When I was a teenager, I'd be in there every Saturday. And the fella who run the high-tech department, Roger Reed, bloody fantastic guy, he was lovely. Yeah. And if I went in there for a MIDI cable or something as a teenager still at school, he'd say, do us a favour, sort out that box of cables and I'll give you one. So it was brilliant, nice, So I used to do all sorts of little jobs for him in there on a Saturday, just for odd little tidbits and what have you. And one day Briggs, the guy who run the place, spotted me and he's chatting to me and he says, when you leave school, come and see me, I'll give you a job. Did that happen? Did it? Fuck. So it's just as well, because now I'd be unemployed, wouldn't I?
Well, exactly, yeah. It says here, due to challenging trading conditions, including the COVID pandemic, incompetent leadership, reduced high street footfall and increased online competition, Dawson's entered administration again on September the 1st, 2021. With all stores closing, the company ceased trading, was officially dissolved on the 1st of December. In June of 23, the company was acquired by Vista Musical Instruments based in Singapore, which is owned by a parent company of NME, which is the actual the paper. In July 23, it was announced that NME would relaunch its print issue, which would be available for purchase through Dawson's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like they. So I think they've been into administration at least twice. The Briggs family sold all interest in 2018. It looks like this new shop is like a little boutique store on Denmark Street.
The price is $15.91.09, including the VAT.
See what Cressy's put. Les Dawson sell wonky pianos.
That's the price to you as a garage price.
Oh, Matt's here. Hiya, Matt. Oh, you feeling all right, bud?
Oh, hang on, somebody at me door.
Someone is at the front door.
Yeah,
I've just got onto Matt's logo. Actually, his little icon. That's cool.
Do you want to repeat the address again? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll send it again. Okay. Yeah. You wanted to place the order for. Well, I've got an issue with one of the parking sensors. With the parking sensors, they've only got one of them in stock, and you need two. So if I ordered the second one, that would have to come from Germany, which would take about a week. Yeah. Okay.
Kids. Fucking. Well, I say kids.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I'll mute Keith, just in case he's breaching any consumer protection.
Inhibit in the chat is asking about the Essence FM.
Oh, yeah.
You'll know about that, will you?
Yeah. Looking at one right now.
Yeah.
It's it's brilliant. In fact, let me give you a demo. Turn this shit on. Oh, yeah. It's a rather good synthesizer. Yeah, I stuck you on mute, Keith, because I wasn't sure whether you'd be breaching any consumer protection rules.
Well, not particularly, but I did think stuffing it in my pocket might have done the job. I might be wrong.
It was better customer service and music matters anyway.
Yeah, you get a better job now. You go up there, go.
The one thing we managed to do, which means that we sort of get more customers coming to us, is answer the phone.
Right.
And I don't know how often anyone out there, rings up a main dealer and wants to speak to parts, and generally gets a blank out of it, sort of thing. They don't get through. That's all. A few of our branches in our own group don't answer the phone. There you go.
Yeah.
Are you all set for tonight, Rob?
Well, yeah, I will be when not going to have enough time to have me dinner tonight because I have to leave as soon as the missus gets back from work.
Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that's what I'm going to see a gig.
No. I've been on the wrong day all day today.
Right.
This stupid 3-day week. I never know. I start on a Wednesday, and after that it goes to pot. Really.
Are you hearing that?
Well, that cheapy noise, sharp.
Oh, I know what it is that's making it sound shit. Not a very good advert. Where are we? Jesus. I need to turn off my noise reduction.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, something went a bit. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Is it 2 effects per channel? Yeah, it's effects per channel. I think. Where are we? So you've got. Yeah. So there's 2 effects per channel. And then I believe there are global effects as well. But the processing power on this thing is insane.
I must have missed the beginning, Rob. What is it?
Essence FM.
Oh, right.
It's
Does that mean you divey, or is it?
well, not really. I mean, it's got a nice big screen on it, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of information on there. You just touch. It's all touch screen, so.
Right.
It's just had another update, so it's still been.
Oops, so hello to everyone in the chat. I haven't been ignoring you, but when I'm in this on the phone, I don't see any chat at all, I'm afraid. So insult away, I say.
Build quality is good, very good inhibited. It's all metal with big chunky buttons, nice touch screen. Anything else? .300 polyphony.
I'll throw some more fingers, not a problem.
Yeah. Well, the thing, it comes in really useful because you can have performance patches, which you can have 16 different 16 different instruments all playing at once with all their effects. I mean, that's 114 voices. Actually, 129. Going just right here. Got some Manny patches in here as well.
I think What do I think?
Aye.
I think I'm going to have to get a fanny pack come down here and give me a hand with this.
Fanny pack.
Yeah.
What, Lily?
It certainly looks that way. Yeah. Yeah, she'll just eat it where it is. Right. Let's go and get a CIB.
Some nice new patches in here. Yeah. Here comes a higher help.
Oh, yeah, now Money's coming down. Can I come in as well?
Oh, Mummy. Right, that's the chemical sheet for this one. So we've got to get that one in this box, and we need this lot gone. Bye. There you go. Bye. Come on. Out. Out. Come on. Good
What's that from?
What?
I'm thinking Fifth Element.
No, it was Fast Show.
No.
Yeah, the newsreader, the Spanish newsreader.
Oh, that's different.
Scorchio.
Chill. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
Yes.
That. But yes, stuff nonetheless.
Yeah, okay.
Right, it's got to fit in
Oh,
that.
you've got a manual. You didn't
Yes.
use the manual. You probably didn't do it right. Did you? There's a manual here. Have you read it? And you should have used the manual. Wanker.
Fucking wanker.
He even gave you the manual. You're doing right.
Get your money back, you fucking child school. And what am I going to do with this now? I love that. I've got this fucking thing. Right, you get that end. And I'll get this end. It's a bit like when we
As
have
long as
sex.
they're not stuck at my bum.
It's a bit like when we have sex. Right, you get this end. I'll get this end.
All right, dude.
We're going to get... Oh, hello. Oh. Oh.
Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Mind what you're doing.
Don't stand on the
It's
plug.
not mine, no? Yeah. Ready?
Ah!
You juice. Ready?
Is that the right way, man?
I.
Sorry, I'm feeling a bit left out. I'm going to have this in my lap for the afternoon, if that's all right. I stroke it every so often, I think.
Did it go down? Like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I need to come this way.
where was I?
Which way?
Well, if you're feeling resistance, you need to come this way. Jim, you got it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
right.
problem.
Okay.
Hi, Steve.
Right, go back yourself, right? Yeah, I'll fuck that.
Lift it up and push it back.
Oh, no. I only pulled it this way so you get your end in.
My head was already in.
Oh, I know.
It's like a carry-on film, isn't it?
Where is Matt when you need him?
Yeah.
I'll just clip that. I'll just clip that.
To me. It's you. Why? The other way round.
No, try again.
Got a bit of percussive maintenance there.
Oh, wait.
Go on.
Other way.
The other way round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have moved the whole thing. Ta-da! Told you it was the other way round.
Okay,
Now
we'll
listen and get it up.
Come on, don't go home, babe. Come on.
Oh, chill out.
Do you wanna tape it? I squeeze, you tape.
Where's the tape?
Blind.
What a pair.
Those two are just as bad.
Right.
They are pretty impressive. They're pretty impressive.
And no looking at me ass.
Is that Italian?
Sorry, it's gone all dark at the moment. Oh, sorry, it's a bit of an eclipse.
It means can I have a with sugar in it? Oh, he's Carl Sagan all of a sudden.
I understand they're never visiting here again then.
Oh.
Whoever said that? Who said that?
Who said what?
Robbie?
Nobody's on it.
Oh,
It was Robbie. Yeah.
it was Keith.
Want another one?
What, so soon after our first? No.
Don't you drop nice Keith in it. Right. You, Robbie, I know.
Fucking hell. Oh. Right. And all we've got to do now is a blue velvet flake case.
She wore
There's
blue
lots
velvet.
done, girl.
Wah, wah, wah.
Trident.
Done. Yeah.
Did you find the problem then?
Yeah.
Liar.
I did. I did. I bloody did.
Really?
You want to know what it was? It was.
A hair in the gate.
Very good. Pull them off, pull them back on again. So, and to prove it, I left it last night. I go, if I turn it on in the morning, and it's just immediately there, I know it's fixed. And then turn it on, bam!
Okay. Okay. You say so. Blue velvet. Ooh.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit. Itchy, so. I just was stuffing in. For the sake of stuffing in. Right, do this.
Send that one to me, mate.
Oh, screwdriver.
No, thank you. I'm trying to fix the bus.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, God.
Well, it's quite a reaction, wasn't it? There you got there. Fuck hell. I'm going to stake you.
Well, it was a bit long. Well, yeah.
But that's the whole point. We're standing in for Andrew.
Oh, is Andrew not round?
No, Andrew's not there.
Oh, it's Matt. I hope it's alright.
He's fine. He just sent me a
Be
message.
very
He said,
Yeah. Thing is, you never know when she's being sarcastic, do you?
he said, all these monitors bleeping and blooping sounds like I'm at a really shit EMOM.
Just look.
Oh.
That's what a Yorkshireman calls his mum, isn't it? Mum.
EMOM.
They standing in for him. See? Mum.
You're not going to wreck it round
Yes.
the plug?
Yes.
Yes.
Quite very good.
Yes. Yes, I am.
It's not
Yes.
paper. That's not going to do much, is it?
All it has to do is not move. Bit like you.
Yeah, I'm very good at that.
You're very good at it.
Excuse me, I've got a plug to put on.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See, guys.
Where are you going?
What, I helped you?
What time is it?
I don't know.
Hello, sweetheart.
2:10.
It's 2:10. The Trident is going.
Yeah, and?
Trolley.
Yes.
Stand there pretending to be 11.
You can quite easily get it yourself.
Oh, you are a miserable cat. What, love? You were doing a trick?
No, not a bit.
Oh. What, more than one? Oh, all right.
Get out the way, mate.
Oh, fucking hell.
You haven't been. You left something out.
Fucking main
Robbie,
cat
did you listen to
there.
Jamie's comparison on SoundCloud?
I did, but I only
Okay.
did it on my phone.
Right.
I
Oh,
could,
haven't done
hear
it.
the
Yeah.
difference, and
Yeah.
I think I wasn't sure. He didn't sort of make it clear when he was going through, like, you know, this is one synth, this is the other synth. I know it's supposed to be a blind comparison, but I wasn't sure when he was switching between the two. I think when I first started listening to it, the second one sounded more to my liking, but there wasn't a huge amount in it, I don't think.
Okay.
Is there?
Yeah.
You know, it's about as sort of, I don't know, whether it's just as much people trying to put you know,
You know what?
review a pair of speakers, isn't it, on the internet, and they say,
Well, yeah.
you know, I mean, all you hear is what comes out of YouTube, if it's YouTube, and what your own speakers will produce, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And, you know, every synth is going to be different, and every synth isn't going to
Well, if it's not
satisfy
there, where do you think? Darling,
everyone, and
take the remote.
clearly, you know, Jamie thinks that it's not for him, and that's absolutely valid.
yeah, yeah.
I think somebody's asked me.
I played it. I liked it. I thought it was very nice.
TV remote. Hang her off.
They're supposed to be sending me one to review, but I've heard hide nor hair, and that
No.
wouldn't surprise me because they're fucking useless.
The wrath of Fiona.
But there you go. Siri.
Susie Barn. Hello.
Nah.
Hello, sis. You in miserable mood. Oh, yeah.
So I know he's moved house recently, but has anybody heard from Justin recently?
Other than he was on Facebook today bemoaning the fact that he's got paper thin walls for the next 2.5 months. So I don't know whether he's in between
Right.
there and where he's going. You know, I don't know. I mean, I think if he's going, you know, I think if he's finally arrived, I think he'll not stick it, to be honest, by the sounds of it. But
Oh, well.
I presume he's just in between at the moment. But he's sold a load of gear off as well, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah, he sold the Karma was up the other day.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I thought he really
And
liked that.
I thought that. I mean, I didn't comment on it. It's just one of his Facebook posts, you know, selling this off, and I can't remember what the other ones were. It might have been a more CP piano-y or something.
Oh, right.
I don't know what will happen to his two Yamahas, because he never bought them, did he?
I believe the M8X was a church acquisition. I
Yeah.
think.
So what was the second one then? I thought he had two.
Didn't he have a motif or something?
It could be. I mean,
Yeah, I can't remember.
no.
No, I just haven't seen him around for a while.
No, I think he's been busy by the sounds of it.
Indeed. Oh, dear me.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I'm going to say where's Steve gone, but I just saw that his earbuds died.
I got a colleague here, so he's answered the phone. Good stuff.
Right.
Had rain today, Robbie? Or was it on its way?
Say again?
Have you had rain today, or was it on its way?
Yeah. No, it was raining when I woke up, and
Okay.
it's been on more than off. It's only just now the sun started to come out. It's supposed to be getting better. But
No, we've only had sporadic showers, I would describe it as, really. Excellent view of seagulls out my window. Living so close to or working so close to the sea, obviously.
whereabouts do you work then?
Boreham Wood.
Oh, right. Say.
Yeah. But then again, but you see, at home, it's just as bad. We've had them for years, absolute years, inland, you know, where we are.
I used to do a bit of work in Boreham Wood. Forget the name of the place. It's like in the middle of two roads that eventually meet, and there's a hotel just down the road.
Yeah.
When I used to work for Zurich Financial Services, we had an office there.
Right.
I used to go and try. Actually, it's where it was in the car park of that building that I learned that my wife was pregnant with our first child.
Oh, right. I mean, it sounds like it's right down by the A1 end of
yes, you come
Bournemouth.
down the A1, you come off it, you sort of go around just a little bit, and then there's a red brick kind of modern-y building with go in, and there's got internal car parking. And
I remember seeing. Yeah.
One day we came out of the office and we went to cross the road, like a one-way system, and the hotel was just over, like a couple of 100 yards away, and we crossed the road, and there was a box sitting in the middle of the road. So we picked it up as we went across because it was obviously an obstruction. It wasn't a huge thing, but it felt like it got something in it. So I said to my mate, I said, should we open it? Don't know what's in it, so it could be anything. Opened it up, and it was a brand spanking new Draytech router.
Oh.
And this is like early 2000s, so this was quite a big deal back then. It was worth a couple of £100. And we had no idea how it ended up in the middle of this road in Boreham Wood. So that was my main router at home for a couple of years. What we thought was that, like, a sales rep had got it and stuck it on the top of his car, got in his car and driven off and forgotten about it, and it just happened to fall off right in front of our office. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the sun's come out over here now, which is nice. Yes, it might have well. Well, I don't think it fell off the back of a lorry. Maybe it was just one of them. It would have been nice if there was a box load. Could have made a nice fortune there. I think back at the time it was one of the best routers out there. suppose I better do some work.
Watched the cracking documentary this morning of Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds.
Oh yeah,
the making of, all hosted by Jeff Wayne himself on YouTube. I think it's called Deconstructing Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. Absolutely brilliant it was.
Yeah, it's brilliant. That I do like it.
And I was thinking, even with today's technology, that would not be an easy thing to do.
Oh no. It's
astonishing.
Yeah. It was the only redeeming thing about going to see my mother-in-law when she lived in Chobham, which is just out. Actually, Chobham's mentioned in the original book, but it's just outside Woking, and we used to go and see her. But then I used to sort of take a detour and go to Horsell Common and the sand pits, and just look at all the places that were named in the book. And then if you went to Woking, they've got I wouldn't say a life size, but a very large tripod sculpture, and very cool. Oh, Keith's gone as well there.
Cameo from his work colleague there.
Yeah, I just pledged for that little drum machine, the AR-110. Have you seen that?
Oh, they're not new. They're quite an old thing, aren't they? They've been around a while.
No, this is it's on Kickstarter.
Oh right.
Where is
Mixing it up with something else. What am I thinking of?
Bring it. Oh, it's this thing. I looked at it, I thought I prefer drum machines that you can actually play and program. This is actually a drum synth more than anything else.
Yeah.
But here you go. This thing.
So drum machine, it can mean a lot of things over the years, can't it?
Yeah. I think the accepted thing is that a drum machine is something you can program. A drum synth is just an instrument. But this sounds really nice. And it's this tiny little box, and it's got 6 knobs on it. 5 for the drums and 1 overall volume. And then you've got independent outs, plus a mix out as well. You've got MIDI in. And the early bird, I think, is still available.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
Yeah, there's how many are there? 14 left. Basically 67 quid for one unit.
Right. Okay.
But if you spend a little more, 85 quid, you get the drum machine, you get the MIDI cable, the power supplies you would then, but you also get all the audio cables for each channel as well, which is pretty neat. So,
just the machining for the case.
Yeah.
That's
lovely
presumably that. Oh God, no! I was wrong. I was presuming then it could only do one sound at a time, but no. That's quite incredible.
Yeah.
And it's all analog.
All analog.
That's a hell of a price. That.
Where's the? Let me get the demo video.
There's no way Espen can moan about that.
Oh, we'll have a go.
Using the right weight matters. The body pod lets you easily understand what is the fastest way to reach.
You fat bitch. Get off.
nice.
Clap sounds nice on this. It's kind of got an 808-y feel, but it's not. You know, it's kind of in that ballpark.
Is it all in the box, or is there a menu on a computer?
No, it's just a little hardware box.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've never really been the biggest fan of the analog rolling drums, to be honest. I always preferred the sound of the Lin, but for 60 odd quid, it's like, it's no brainer, that, isn't it?
What's this one? We've heard that one.
That does sound very nice.
They got their titles mixed up.
Ah, that's your mistake, Groove. You asked. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah, I like that. That's why I bought it.
Right. Okay, so Becky's saying that it's only levels, you can't actually change the sounds, but
no,
I'll be honest with you, those sounds really nice, you know, for 60 odd quid.
That's it.
Like, you know, I mean, how much is software?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh. Might have to hope my client pays up pretty quick on the current job.
Because there was another little drum machine I was having a look at, but it was 500 quid, and it was
yeah.
Where is it? I've got it here somewhere. It was audio.computer. Yeah, this thing, the Beat Friend, which is it's weird. It's like it's this little desktop box, and you've got 6 drum sounds. So you've got kick, snare, cymbal, 2 toms, and side stick or claves, whatever. It's got 30 preset rhythms in, but whenever you move any of those sliders, it changes the complexity of the drum hit within the pattern that you're playing.
Okay. Yeah.
So that the higher you move it, the more complex the trigger will be for that. And then you've got 2 knobs, one called Enthusiasm, the other one called Jazz. And they just introduce lots of kind of... Enthusiasm makes it very kind of cluttered at one end and very sparse at the other end, so and anything in between.
Yeah.
And then the Jazz one, I think, just like goes off on different weird things. But you can you've got these 30 presets, and I thought, oh, what? I don't want a preset thing. I want to be able to program my own stuff. But
yeah,
you can change the tempo, but you can also change the time signature. So if you don't want 4/4 and you want like 9/16 or something, you can do that in that, and it will just work it out and do it. And you can mess around.
And are these analog voices as well?
These are all analog as well. They're based on the TT circuits in the CR78. So it's got a very CR78 sound to it.
Right. Okay. Do you get the Thomas Dolby glasses with it?
But you get this little fill button as well, which you can, again, random sort of filling type thing. And then they don't explain the on the right hand side you've got those 3 yellow knobs, and all they say is that they are digital and analog effects that mess around with the overall constitution of the thing, but they don't say what they are. They don't say whether they're reverbs or delays, or it just in the demonstration video it's just fucking around with the... It sounds good, but it's quite interesting. But it's 500 quid. Which is it's a lot of lolly. But it's nice. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm always, I don't know, a bit skeptical about knobs that don't really explain what they do. It's like that thing that Kent was saying sounds like R2D2 having sex with a toaster in a cutlery drawer. It's like, in some ways, someone could say, well, isn't that not just like a VCS3? But you can look at a VCS3 and figure it out.
Yeah.
But to me, that thing, it was like there was no logic to what anything really was. So, but some people like that. Some people like that uncertainty. They like the fact that, because if you know what something does, you go down familiar routes, don't you?
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a bit kind of vague, you got a chance of coming up with something different. But yeah, it's not for me, that really.
I've got blacks. There's a brand new black one.
Yeah.
It's a complete brand new plug, done it.
Absolutely marvellous, thank you very much. Oh, Philip said, gosh darn it.
There's a massive.
You want a wee in there?
Yeah, please.
You have to wait a bit. I'll have to see before I can give you one of them.
All right then. You don't have to fill it. Just a little bit of wee in the bottom of it.
All right, Becky's saying that little unit, it's I take it he's saying it's individual outs, so you can put each sound through different effects and stuff like that.
Oh, what the 110? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a lot more flexible.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
the other thing about
again for 60 odd quid, that's just great.
Bonkers, isn't it? Free shipping as well.
Yeah.
That other one, that little Beat Friend, I forgot. It's got. You can control a whole bunch of parameters over MIDI CC, apparently, but also it can output. So the patterns, it's got these 30 presets which you can then fuck around with the jazz or the enthusiasm or whatever, and it will output all of that pattern over MIDI, so you can then use it to control other drum machines or record the performance as a MIDI performance in your DAW, which I thought was quite cool. But it's not 500 quid cool for me.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Can you send patterns over MIDI to it?
No, I don't think so. Well, I suppose
that's a bit of an oversight, I think.
Well, I suppose if it receives stuff over MIDI CC, it should. Let's have a look.
Yeah, should do, shouldn't it? Really.
Let's have a look.
I'd say if it can't do that, it's overpriced. But
it says here, if you're a control freak, you absolutely must design every bar. You can control the drums individually via MIDI.
Great.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough.
What's it sound like?
Oh, well, that Beat Friend. Let me just grab a video.
Is it pointing towards a particular type of drum machine or something?
Yeah, CR78. It's built on similar circuits to the Twin T's.
What? But can't you get the CR78 on the TR8?
Yeah, you can get the CR78 on lots of things nowadays. But I think the selling point of this thing is that it's just like a weird mangling thing.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, let me just bring up the...
And some people will go for it just for the fact that it's analog, won't they?
Yeah. Oh, fucking adverts.
As long as it's not as disastrously designed as the original 78.
Right. Let me show. Right, here you go. You can see it draws the pattern out on the little screen in the top left-hand corner as it's playing.
Yeah. The other thing is, though, if you get, you can pick up like an old 70s Yamaha organ off Facebook Marketplace or eBay for next to nothing, and just take the drum system out of that. That's what it sounds like, isn't it, really?
That's it.
The leaves. That's a clever feature.
Yeah, just complexity of the.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And if you can, as it says, you can output the MIDI from each of those to your own drum machine of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, if you're stuck for inspiration, that kind of thing's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing I could actually see Jason Jervis making good use of.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to try to perform working on 2 CS80s simultaneously. Straight up. This should be interesting.
Yeah, it's not really clear what they do, is it?
It's just messing around with delays and.
Did you see Mr. Manelli's video on inside the CS80?
Was that a recent one?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't seen that one.
No, not seen that.
Apparently so. And you got old oh God, what's his name?
Rosen.
Yeah, Robert. Explaining it all and everything like that, isn't it? And
I thought that was an old one.
Well, it's come up. It come up on my Facebook as new.
Right.
Oh, I know why. I know why. Because one of the comments, somebody put a comment in it recently, going, "Why didn't you ask Kent to do
it?" Because Kent doesn't live in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. CS80 Under the Hood with Super Tech Rob Rosen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I taught Rob everything he knows about him.
Exactly.
He was phoning me up every other day. He's doing this. What should I do? What's the biggest hammer you've got in the workshop? No, it's good learning, old Robert. Right then, Siri, what do you reckon? We have Steve Winwood's one here and the other one beside it, or do we have them in a line? What do you reckon? You choose. You're the one that's got to walk around them. You choose. What do you reckon? You'd rather not say, you know. I understand. Say nothing, can't get blamed for it later.
That's it.
Good girl.
Right.
You was very, very pissed off with me, weren't you? Because I wouldn't let her in here while I was working on those museums. Why can't I go and sit in my bed? No, I can't risk having too much hair knocking about. Although your hair wouldn't be too bad actually because it's black. You'd never see it, would they? Yeah, you make a good point there, sweetheart.
I was putting up a set for a Yamaha commercial a couple of weeks back.
Oh yeah.
And the musical director was the keyboardist from Mike and the Mechanics.
Oh, the guy with the beard. Or roast?
He didn't have a beard, no. But he was saying he nearly bought Tony Banks's CS80, but he was put off it because it had been dropped.
Oh, right. I saw
No, what
I
the
saw them live.
CS80 is the one keyboard you can drop and it won't give a shit.
Oh, do your floor any good?
Huh? No, I bet it didn't.
Oh, do you...
It probably read on the Richter scale. All right then, Siri. This one. Yeah, we'll do Steve's one.
Yeah, I saw Mike and the Mechanics live a couple of months ago.
Oh, you fucking
right.
Pretty tight band. Audience is full of old people. I actually felt very young, which is difficult for me to do at a gig these days.
Guess what?
Of all of the kind of sort of Genesis spin-offs, if you like, they're probably the most safe A&R, you know, kind of.
Well, I don't know. Steve Hackett does a good job. If you want,
brilliant, yeah.
If you want genuine sort of Hackett era Genesis, then I've seen him. I've seen him, you know, actually pull it off. No problem. The band and everything.
Yeah, no. What I mean is like the Mike and the Mechanic stuff. It's more for kind of grown-ups who like safe, easy, gentle music, isn't it? There's nothing kind of out there about it.
There were lots of women of pensionable age getting or trying to get moist. I think they're beyond that. Lots of enthusiastic seated clapping like this. It was and it was odd because we got to the gig at what would normally be doors time, and I thought, where's the bloody queue? And we walked in and they said, oh, the show's about to start like at 7:30. I suppose it's old people, isn't it? They've got to be bed by 10, so it's just really weird. Really weird.
To be honest with you, though, Rob, I wouldn't mind that because, like, if I want to go into Manchester or Liverpool to watch a gig and I'm getting the train, I've got to miss half of the gig.
Yeah.
It's not worth doing.
I was like, we're going to see China Crisis tonight. They're in Norwich, so that's
only nice.
Like a 45-minute drive away because the roads aren't great. But that means that my missus gets home sort of between 5:30, 5:45, and we'll have to leave like straight away to then get to Norwich, get parked, walk up to the venue, and then we've got to try and squeeze some sort of dinner in between, you know, leaving and getting there. So it's a bit of a pain, but yeah, it's even worse when you have to go to London. It takes me at least 2 hours to get into the centre of London from here. Oops, steady. That's it. Look, see, you could bury him in one. If you chop him up in the right places, you can fit him into it.
You know, stormy.
Yeah. Well, you won't feel it, so.
Nah.
I watched that. There's a documentary on Netflix about the Fred and Rose West case.
Yeah.
And obviously, back in the day, they didn't go into huge amounts of detail about what happened and what he did and where he buried them. And you're thinking, Jesus, he hacked pretty much every single one of those girls up into pieces. And then buried them in the cellar, in the garden, in a field. Jeez. And they reckon they still haven't found all of the ones he's probably done.
I saw a post, I think it was on Facebook or something, somebody mentioned about that, and they were disappointed that even though they pay for their TV streaming service, there was still an advert. But even though that was the point of the thing, he described it as a rom-com. What?
Oh dear.
But have you seen that thing that's been floating around? As it was in Australia, like I think it was a daytime TV show in Australia, and someone sent in a picture of Fred and Rose West saying, "Oh, it's my mum and dad's wedding anniversary. Can you?"
Oh,
Jeez.
it's the only place you'd want to be if you were related to them, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny because this documentary had some interview
Ireland.
footage with their son, who was horrified. You know, he was abused as a kid, not necessarily sexually, but you know, the whole family were just fucking weird, and the kids just got the brunt of it.
Wrong.
Yeah, both of them were. But the son was just like he actually, to have gone through what he went through, and then to have learnt what happened to his sister and you know, lodgers that had stayed with them that he'd become sort of friends with. He actually turned that quite okay. So, but yeah, it was an interesting thing. So back in the 90s, they didn't go into huge amounts of detail because they didn't make documentaries about it. But so there was a lot of the audio recordings, the interviews at the police station, which was quite enlightening.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some weirdos about in there.
Isn't there just?
Swing.
And that is how you clean the ribbon.
I'll tell you what though. One thing I've learned about Steve Woodman. Not a fan of the ribbon controller. There is zero wear on this thing.
Wow.
That is literally brand spanking new.
I'd love to reverse engineer one of them. I've got some of those resistive strips that you can get, and they're just not the same.
Yeah. Look at that. Swing. Lovely. I'm looking for the.
Although that UDO one's nice.
Yeah,
that's got a really nice feel to it. The only problem I've got with it is it basically works in the same way as an expression pedal, so you can plug it into your expression pedal.
Yeah.
Which means you've not quite got the same flexibility, and you know, whether you, unless you've got a UDO unit, I think it can do a lot more. But it does. It's got a really lovely feel to it, and it's really well built.
Well, this door needs realigning. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I see what it means now. Lovely. Right. Oh, you little fucker. Come here. Well,
We had a festival on here in the town at the weekend. You know, where they just have all the pubs taken over and things in the streets and stuff like that. And in the market behind the house here, they had this brass band doing instrumental covers of all of the hits from the decades past. You know, they had there was a drummer with just a small jazz kit, 2 trumpets, trombone, and a sousaphone. I don't know how the guy did it. I've never heard a sousaphone with attack transients before. It sounded like he was just playing a bass guitar. It was amazing. You know, it's just. And the way that the crowd were loving it, just and because it was instrumental, they didn't have a singer. The brass players could reharmonize and jazz it up a bit, and it was just awesome.
Nice.
See if we can get one show, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what were they called? Dizzy Brascals. They were called.
Good.
I'll tell you what, Rob, I had a thought the other day.
Steady.
Yeah, I know. No, someone who's been using the PSN Facebook page recently, unless you've spoken to him, is Michael Whaling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you approached him? Or maybe...
Oh, he's been on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Been on before.
Yeah. No, he seems to have gone into full-on self-promotion mode.
Yeah.
And it's a somewhat off-putting, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
He's got some chops, though, that lad.
Oh, yeah, but...
That thing he did at EMAP was fucking something
That was
else.
Quite good, yeah. But when he posts those little couple of minute things, it's just lots of very fast notes. I'm like, okay, yeah, right, we get it. You can do that. Do something else. Do something different.
Yeah.
But, that's just me being a
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but yeah. No, he definitely likes his lead lines.
There's little messages to my mentor written inside here. Hi, Dusty. What is it? Hi, Dusty. How you doing? Lovely kisses. Pete. Love it.
Nice.
God,
But
bloody hell.
But the other one, Robbie, is Robe One, Michelle's friend. Have you seen him on YouTube?
Doesn't ring a bell.
ROBEONE is his YouTube handle.
Oh, no, it doesn't. So it's not one that I've...
Go and have a look at him and his chops.
Okay.
I mean, he's not in his youth, and he's just remarkably fast. And like I say, I believe he's linked into. He could be linked into the museum as well, Michelle.
All right. Okay. I'll have a word.
And the funny thing is, when you sort of try and Googling a bit on the internet to just think he must have been in some really amazing bands, I can't find anything unless anything else has emerged.
Did we talk about the Astrolab 88 last week, Kent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were doing the comparison between the Mark III Complete Control and the M8X. Because it's a bit of both, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you soppy.
So the Astrolab, it's not something for me, but what I will say, when I see it seen at Synth Fest, it is very, very, very well built.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see the appeal for gigging musicians. Definitely, it's a great thing.
Definitely the area,
and all these people that keep going, because they go on about the small dial screen. It's not that small. When you're sat in front of it, it's perfectly clear. It's got enough information on there that you need for selecting, different types of sounds or specific sounds or sounds off your pre-built playlists. It's all very apparent. So a lot of these people, it's like people are dismissing, or anybody that dismisses anything without actually getting hands-on with it. It annoys the hell out of me, because a lot of people put a lot of work into this stuff, and then somebody looks at a picture online or watches a video on YouTube and goes, "Oh, that's a bit fucking shit." And I thought, well,
yeah. But then when it's not shit, it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's always something.
You can't win.
It's the negativity.
Doing a comparison to the complete control screens, which are much bigger. But that doesn't necessarily mean it gives you more information.
No.
Well, the thing is, the complete control thing as well, that's for a completely different reason, really, isn't it? There is a lot of editing and stuff like that, whereas the Astrolab, it really is load it up with what you want and go and gig.
Yeah, at least
you know.
The Astrolab, you don't have to drag a bloody MacBook around with you.
Yeah.
No, but if you do, I mean, because the Astrolab also connects to there's a mobile app on your phone that you can use to bring sounds in and take sounds out as well if you want. So there's lots, there's lots going on. It's just a different way of doing the thing that you want to do. And say it is a stage keyboard first and foremost, but when I had it here on on my workstation as my sort of controller, and it was nice to be able to just turn it on without even having to turn any computer on and start just going through those V Collection instruments without having to fire up V Collection. It was all
big
there.
lump of solder.
Big lump of what?
Solder.
Oh, I thought you were saying dope.
I think the Astrolab as well, I think they've done something really clever with the design of it, because if they're in one of those situations where you have to put a bit of tape over the name or the logo, it's still instantly identifiable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very clever move, that.
Remember on Top of the Pops back in the early 80s when they ridiculously put a black tape across the Moog logo on a Mini?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what keyboard that is then.
But I think the likes of us lot, we could probably identify a lot of keyboards that had those things blanked out. But for somebody just getting into it, it's not so easy. But with a design like that, it's obvious what it is.
A lot of the time,
it wasn't. That's the thing. It was supposedly to stop advertising to us specifically, who knew what the machines were. But of course, we knew what the machines were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those artists that had the tape across the back wasn't necessarily always about advertising the instruments on telly. It's that, like, when you went to Top of the Pops, they'd supply you with whatever they'd got in storage, or they'd rent it from what's his face.
Yeah.
But if they've got an endorsement, so if they were a Roland endorsee and they gave them a DX7. Part of their contract with Roland was that they shouldn't be seen playing anything but Roland gear, so they had to take that out. So it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
To be honest, remember when Landscape they got that Roland franchise thing going?
Oh yeah.
They only played Roland gear
on
in videos and on Top of the Pops, and yet clearly. The bass line was a Mini.
Yeah.
But he was, I think, what was he playing? I think it might be in a SH2 or something. Yeah. And
speaking of Landscape.
He goes and buys an SH2 for that sound and he goes, I can't get it. I can't get that sound at all, mate.
Well, it's like when Harold Faltermeyer appeared on Top of the Pops to do Axel F, and he's got a Fairlight with both the manual keyboards and everything else. And no Fairlights were harmed in the making of that song at all.
Yeah.
But it looked cool on stage because you had the monitor and shit. So.
Yes, exactly. It all looks very professional. Yeah. Oh, don't we know it, mate? Don't we know it?
Do we know what the main synth was on Landscape's New Religion?
Pass.
Because there's just something, I don't know, something a little quirky about it. I can't put my finger on.
Well, it's possible it might have actually been maybe they got given a System 700 or something like that. And actually, because I imagine they were probably using Roland gear in the studio as well.
Yeah.
Well, if they've been given gear. It would make sense for them to learn the gear that they're supposed to be going on tour with.
Don't think, because I interviewed Richard James Burgess a year or so ago. I don't think we really sort of went in too deep on what was used. It
No.
was more a general conversation about him. He's a fascinating guy.
Yeah.
Really fascinating guy.
Come on, girl. Out you come.
But yeah, I love that track. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the group. They're great.
The back.
Well, I think to anybody who's only heard the pop songs, they just think cheesy pop songs. But you listen to the rest of the stuff, there's actually a lot of like really sort of kind of sophisticated stuff going on, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be nice to interview Tony Mansfield about new music.
Yeah.
Wherever the hell he is now. Oh, by the way, I asked hands again. The silence was deafening.
It'd be good to see Ty on Friday. We're not seeing much of him lately.
He's been a busy boy, is our Ty.
Well, isn't he always?
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
And I'll tell you who else I miss as well. Dave Spears.
Yeah. Well,
he's coming back to reality.
Yeah. I understand the reasons, but yeah, he's always a pleasure to see.
Actually, I was thinking about that the other day. Actually, I was wondering about how the hell I'd cope if Fiona popped it. Be an absolute fucking mess. They said they dropped the AP on the plug. They weren't kidding. Was it?
Yeah, you'd be lost with no one to take the bumper off you.
Wobbly, it's a wobbly. I think that's bought the farm.
Oh. Yeah.
Are you asleep? You miserable mood. You're falling asleep.
Well, she was asleep until you shouted at her.
You're not allowed to fall asleep in the workshop. You know that. Busy, busy, busy. Yes. You must be busy at all times, or at least look it. Yeah. If Fiona's looking down here, just pick up something and just keep rolling.
Right, I'm gonna have to go to the shop. I'm out of milk and my brew's needing a top up. So I shall see you all soon.
All right, buddy.
All right, darling.
Cheers, gents.
See you that, Steve.
Take care.
So I'm just going to make my
internet connection settled down now.
It seems fine now. Maybe it was the CS 70M that was causing interference.
It wouldn't be the first time the CS 70 has caused interference, mate.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to get a coffee. Ooh.
Right, that's bought the farm. That's no good. Bugger that. Buggered. Okay, so we want a new plug to it. Brand new mains plug. Let's have it in also black. Oh. Yeah. Right then, Mrs. Hey, you good girl. Want to come out that easy? One, two, three. You all right there, kid? Where'd that go? Oh, back there. Come on. Good. You've got a husky hair on a clothes, and you've just got to come out of its box. I swear blind, if they went to Mars, right, and did an analysis of the entire planet, the first thing they would find is husky hair. It's freaking everywhere. Okay, there we go. Lovely. So strapped in a nice. Yeah, cool. Pinching. There we go. Lovely. Let's work on this girl then. Never been apart, has it? Oh.
That's better. That's better.
Right then. We are going to want some parts, boys. I just want to sleep again. Right. So what we need is we need capacitors for. We need logic. CMOS. CMOS. There we go. CMOS logic. And brand new original voltage regulators. 244s? No, that's not. Oh. Weird. They should be in this container here.
Oh, fuck.
But they are not. What is that? God, what am I finding now? What's in here? Oh, for Christ's sake. Really? Oh. Good God. I didn't know we had these. 4 sets.
Of
Brand spanking new. Memory mode, front panels.
look at that.
Look at that. Completes. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 sets. Why? Why have I got 16 sets? I've only seen one memory mode this year so far. Okay. Whatever. Sorry, Mr. Spider. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb your little phone. I'll put it back and you can build another one. You know what you're doing. Here you go. Right. Now, there we go. Now, there's 2, 4, 4. No, that's not 2, 4, 4. Move that to here. That's what that is. Good job for them, Stuart. Five voltage regulators together. No, just because I'm not using the dog face doesn't mean just like stretch out and go sleep. Hello? Hello? Beulah? Beulah? She's gone. She spoke up.
Bless.
There's the little comms. No, couldn't wake her up either. Oh, she's very tired, girl. Now, you just move your paw there, and that one's there. Alright? No, it's alright, it's alright. I just want to use that bit of bed there to work on this. Is that alright with you? Thank you. Thank you, Mel. Thank you very much. Right then. Let's get this out. We'll do these 2 first. Because they're the most awkward buggers. Oh, I don't like that. Right. So, the first thing to do is replace all of the regulators in the power supply before you do anything, before you even turn it on. Plastic inserts, because they're not allowed to short out on power. Otherwise, explosion-y big bang boom. Yeah, I've got more work done today than I have in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
These aren't the these aren't being dusted bastards.
Yeah.
Although, in saying that, might have spoken too soon. You don't know. But so far, should we say, we live in one piece. Right, so we need that on. We need that on. Side cutters, yes. Oh, Yamaha, these were never necessary. I suppose you didn't know that at the time. If anything, they make things worse. Cool. Now. Yeah. Come on, what was that? If I remember rightly, it's 1, 2, 3. It's 3. And 2. This up here. Sorry, madam. Sorry. Right. So I can stick this there. There we go. Good girl. See, there like that. At some point, young man, we need to have a quick chatty chat about tomorrow's show.
Yes.
Cues and the such. And the setup.
Yeah. Aye. Oh, I had an email from our friends at.
No, sorry.
Hang on, I forget the name of the company now. Redshift, or not Redshift. Supercritical, who make the Redshift 6.
All right, yeah.
From Finland. They are now able to work on some dates to come on the show.
Excellent.
That should be very good.
Yes, indeed.
It's a cracking machine, that.
And we'll try not to sing the Finland song.
Try not to what?
Sing the Finland song.
Oh, yeah.
Well, unless they want to join in.
Oh, I've just had a spam text message.
Yay.
DWP notice. You have not yet submitted your application for the 24-25 fiscal year energy allowance. According to our records, you are eligible for the energy support scheme and may receive a grant of £200 to £300. Click on this random link at the bottom. Yeah, fuck off. Sent to 9 different
click
random...
on areyouamug.com.
Yeah.
You mug. You mug. Now this one.
I tell you, my daughter bought her first car the other day.
Yes, you were saying, yeah.
Yeah. Nice little Fiat 500.
Uncle Ken, you are a fucking idiot. I put the wrong regulator on the wrong ones. Well done, you stupid.
Hey up.
All right.
Hello.
It's supposed to be a 244 and I put a 234 on. Idiot. Idiot.
You twat.
You.
Hello, boys.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Another nice rainy day in Froome.
Yeah, it's been raining here for most of it. It's
I think it's most of this part of this, it's all over the south, isn't it?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's been right down here since Tuesday.
Yes.
What about the weather though?
Yeah.
Similar.
So what do we know?
Not a lot.
We know I can't tell the difference between a 244 and a 243.
That's all right, Ken. I wouldn't know the difference either.
Well, we established that just now.
Yeah.
Very topical.
See, you're in good company then.
I don't know whether resting your head on the power supply helps at all.
So I'm keeping it in place, Dad.
All right,
Yeah.
keep it in place. Make sure your ear doesn't knock all the screws off the top, okay?
I think I almost committed a faux pas earlier. The postman came with a package that was distinctly a record. And I thought, oh, that must be for me. Just naturally assumed it must be for me. And almost went to open it. And then I noticed it got my daughter's name on it.
Oh.
She doesn't buy records. Oh, it's Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oops.
2 weeks, isn't it? It's not this Sunday, it's Sunday after, isn't it?
Well, then you have a fake surprise later on, didn't you?
Well, the thing is with this family, I despair. We all say, what do you want for your birthday? And then we tell each other what we want, and then that's what we get. And then, so there's no surprises.
But actually, the positive of that is that you get something you want. Because
this is true.
I have a family member who is not a close family member who keeps buying me things that I don't want. Usually at Christmas.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what I used to take great pride in thinking about what I bought for people, but buying them something based on how I know that individual.
Yeah.
And the real buzz you get from when they open the gift and go, oh my God, that's amazing, that's really cool. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
I know you.
We have it's a Christmas thing, but we have a thing where between the close family, we're only allowed, we do buy presents, but we're only allowed to spend £5 per person. Yeah. So that might be that if it was Josh and Aideen, we might buy them £10 for something each for both of them, and that's really it's quite challenging because you're thinking about it. You know, I mean, Jane's already bought some things for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because she's come across something that's a fiver, and she went, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is great," you know. And it's quite a nice thing to do. The other thing we did do, we only did it 1 year. It's pity we'd only did it 1 year. Was you had to make your present.
Oh, right.
We did it just between the 6 of us. I did something I hadn't done before. I did felting, making pictures with felt. With
you have to be careful how you say that, because otherwise you'd be felching.
Yeah. So I looked up a lot of videos on YouTube and then learned how to do this and bought some wool, and then made a picture. You know.
Oh, cool. I'd be useless like that. I don't
Well, it's
do
like
that.
I bought Ty a birthday present, and still waiting for him to come around and collect it. It's been here 2 years. I said to him on the phone actually the other day, and I said, I'm fucking glad it wasn't fruit.
Better than socks, yeah. Well, I've been bought socks before.
I know, Ty. I tell you what, nobody would guess in a million years what it is I've got him.
Now you see, the times that I've been bought Christmas socks. Christmas socks get worn all year round. I'm not wearing them just for bloody Christmas. It's a pair of socks.
Yeah. Unless they're Christmas socks.
Well, that's what I mean. They are Christmas socks. They've got
Right,
reindeers on them. But I wear them all year round.
And reindeer and.
Yeah.
You must get some looks in Tesco's.
Yeah, but that's not just for the socks.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't wear half-mast trousers, so not many people see it.
Yeah.
Don't get that trend at all.
Has your cat died? Why are you flying your trousers at half-mast?
I think it's a London thing. There's lots of people in London wearing half-mast trousers, including one of my children.
Oh, God.
You know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, dear.
Bastard. Go on, that's it. Good girl.
It's a good job we can see what he's doing when he's saying that.
Yeah.
Go on. There you go. That's it. Good.
Siri, can you mind your ear a minute? Siri, excuse me. Can you mind your head a minute? You did. You've knocked all the. Did you knock all the washers off? Did you? I bet you did. Or they're stuck to your ear. It's one or the other. Oh, here we go.
Oh, oh, flipping heck.
Late night or early morning?
Well, it wasn't that late last night, I don't think. Just getting old.
Get
Tell me
it.
about it.
Oh, shut up.
I'll let you know when I get there.
It properly insulated. Excelente. Oh, I didn't say I got that Jupiter 6 finally working.
Oh, good.
What a little bastard that was.
I saw Jamie's Facebook thing about the Moog.
I know, right?
And I've bought from Music Matters. It sort of seems a bit stinky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well-
I must say, I went on there because I thought I'd bought some stuff from them, as in, and then it was probably like cables or something.
Yeah.
And I've got a login for them, but when I went to put my login in, it said that this account or this email's not recognised or something. So it's probably been some while ago, because I was going to delete my account if I had one there, but I don't have one. So
I have definitely got an account, but I should do the same. I should just delete it. I mean, legally, although he went in to buy it, they don't have to give him his money back. They could get away with giving him a credit note.
Well, it all depends if he went into the shop to buy it or whether he ordered it online.
If he ordered it online, he's quite within his rights to get
exactly
his money back.
his distance selling rules. And
Yeah,
all.
it's distance selling. And I have just fallen foul of that. I have a guy who's bought a synthesizer from me, right, and then emails me and says it's not arrived yet. You know, I'm not accepting it. I said, well, what's the problem? I've changed my mind. I said, well, you do know there's a 25% return charge. It says on the advert. Oh no. Yeah, so we'll wait till it turns up. But you know,
Yeah.
So I said, you know, he said, I've just changed my mind. I don't want it.
No, I went onto their website. I went through all of their policies, returns policies, and there is no mention whatsoever anywhere about a £25 restocking fee.
Is that what they said? Is that what they've charged him?
Yeah, is it 20 or 25 quid? One of the two.
I missed that bit. I mean, they're quite within the rights to do that, but they have to say so.
Yeah, but
You know.
distance selling rule says you, as a consumer, you have 14 days to
Yes.
return the product, and as long as it's returned in its original unused condition, then you're entitled to a full refund. And what Museum Matter do so on their website is they reserve the right to charge a percentage of the value of the product should A, the outer packaging be damaged, B, the inner packaging be damaged, C, parts are missing such as power cables or something, and then D, and for each one of those it's 5% of whatever the value of the thing is that they'll deduct if it's the packaging is damaged or there's bits missing. And then the last one says anything between 5 and 100% based on the condition of the product itself.
Yeah.
So if you return it brand new, all your little screen protectors are still on. It's as literally as it was when it came out of the box. There's nothing there to say we will charge a restocking fee. And given the fact he's been a customer of theirs for what he says around
he spent
30
lots
years.
with them.
Yeah, and he's always saying, Music Matter have got it up for sale here. And he's done video work for them. I mean, he's a bit more than just a regular customer.
Exactly, he is. Yeah.
And then to phone up and, first of all, be told that he's got to pay this fee, and then second of all, to be abused by this guy.
This member of staff, yeah.
Yeah, who
I
was
mean,
asking him out for a fight.
If that was a member of my staff, they'd be down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's just not
wrong.
on.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the fact is that we those of you that know about it won't be dealing with Music Matters anymore.
No.
So they've lost more than one customer. In fact, I'm going to look now and see if I've actually got an account.
A few people have said, "Oh, maybe it's a sign that they're struggling a bit." And
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I mean maybe, but I mean, why would?
Well,
if they're
Soundgas
struggling,
got a bit snippy, didn't they, when they were in dog shit?
Who?
Soundgas.
Did they?
Yeah. They started getting a little critical on stuff.
Where are we? Sign in.
Where's your poor little one?
Well, it hasn't automatically come up, so if I could spell the name of my own company, that might help.
So you reckon you'll keep Matt in?
Sorry?
You reckon they'll keep Matt in?
I don't know what the procedure is for an appendectomy now. Whether it's...
Is that Matt?
Yeah, Matt's appendix burst.
Oh, God.
He went in yesterday with suspected appendicitis, and then I got a message this morning from him saying, the bastard's burst. I'm going under the knife today.
Bloody hell.
He's been nil by mouth for the last 48 hours.
Well, the thing is, he was in the right place for it to burst. That's for sure.
Well, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Looks like I haven't got an account. I must have ordered it. I
wonder if they've changed their system at some point and they've done that thing where any existing accounts
because
been
don't they have an
frozen.
option where you can just buy it without creating an account? I might have done. I've done that more than once.
I can see the new ads when it comes out. Music matters. The customers don't. 243. Yeah, 243.
Oh, apparently, appendectomies can either be keyhole or open.
Yeah. Depending.
Depending on.
I think they're keyhole when they haven't burst and open when they have.
Yeah, because they're probably going to clear.
Because they've got to get all the gunk out as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got the wrong email address.
He needs new top hose.
What's time?
Time you bought a watch. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
I've got to get ready to go out before I finish for the day. Oh, we've got Synthspirations for this week.
Hey, who we got?
A gentleman by the name of Gerard Hughes, although he prefers to be called Ger or Jer. Yeah, okay. And it's really good actually. I watched it last night when it came through. It's been done very well. It's been done very well indeed.
Good. Oh, good. So, because at least that way it'd be a surprise, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, Steve's saying Jamie's removed his post about the customer service experience. I know he's got a live show lined up about it, or about the Moog anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they've had it resolved, and that was part of the.
Well, maybe the bloke he was dealing with.
He's got fired.
Is new and didn't know who he was or what his relationship with the place where he works was.
Even so, though, it's
Didn't
still.
he
No,
say
not so
something
much
about?
of, pushing
He'd
it, but
had the same response from the woman who owns it or something.
really?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh dear. Okay.
So.
Well, that's that boat sailed then.
No, I don't have an account.
No, nothing spreads faster than bad news.
Absolutely. Fact.
Excellent. One little go. Down there. That girl there. Isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, come on. Don't be such a bitch. Now, okay, you go in there like so. Right. Excellent. That's all.
Oh, that's interesting. What Jack says about Sennheiser
What's that?
getting busted for price fixing,
Oh,
along with Fender, Korg,
yeah.
Gibson,
Every company that's tried to stack
Yamaha probably. Was Yamaha part of that? Casio. There was loads and loads of them in the past, obviously,
That we know of.
that we know of. Yeah, but the ones I know of because we had accounts of them.
Mm. Have you seen that Kickstarter for that little drum synthesizer, the AR-110?
No,
You might be interested. It's only about 65 quid.
it's cheap. AR-110.
It's called the Amitech, AMITEQUE AR-110.
Yeah, I think that's something that to me. 65 quid, you say?
For the synth and the basic power cable and stuff. But I did the 85 quid one where you get all the audio breakout cables for all the independent outs.
Oh.
It's just a little synth. That's all it is. Just a little drum synth. 5 instruments, 6 voice polyphony, all driven over MIDI.
Doesn't have
Sounds
22s
rather
in it,
wonderful.
boy.
It's one of Robin's videos on it.
Yeah, Robin did a video. I think Dr. Mix did one as well.
Let's just have a quick. What's it sound like?
Nice.
Motherfucker.
So let's compare it to a TRHS.
Fine. You know, it says 16, we're putting the overrated ones.
Oh, I've got to show you this. Hang on.
Come on then.
Hang on. I've got.
That is really interesting, Rob. Actually.
We've
That
seen
is.
your
I thought
penis-
you'd like that.
Yeah.
We've seen your penis before.
I haven't seen it for fucking ages.
And that's the advantage of being able to stand further away.
This is it.
What's the shipping going to be like? Because it's Canada. Well, Canada's
It
not
said
so bad
it-
though, is it?
It said for me. It said free shipping to the US, something else in the EU. It didn't say UK, but when I put my pledge in
Yeah.
and I said I lived in the United Kingdom, it came up shipping as 0.
All right.
Oh.
But even if it's not 0, it's only going to be about 15 quid or something, depending on how they send it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, it won't be too hefty, will it?
no, it's only a little thing, and it will come under the 135 threshold for duty. So
unlike a replacement door for a Mustang.
indeed. Right, hang on. Let me just find it. I've got to fire up my VM. So one of our viewers has created a PSN soundboard.
Okay.
Right.
And they've gone through. But I must have the patience of a saint. They've gone through and lifted quotes from the three of us, plus I think Ty's got a few in there as well. And then added it all into this little soundboard. It's done it as a plugin, as a VST plugin.
Yeah.
And it's just like a little keyboard with our logo on it. But unfortunately, it's only Windows. So I need to figure out if there's a way to convert it. Because what I want to do is put it on the Patreon
Yeah, yeah.
and let people have it on the Patreon. But I'm going to see if I can I do this? Will it let me route the audio? That's the thing.
320 at 25.
Where's me loop cloud?
Make sure it is.
Ah, there it is. Right, source. Oh yeah, it does. Windows 11. There we go. So. Right, let me know if you can hear this.
Nope.
No, you didn't hear that?
No.
Okay. So maybe it's not that I need that. Oh, hang on a minute. I know what it is, I think. Oh. How about... Oh, fuck's sake. Stop it. How about this? At the moment, I'll just make do with my little Behringer that gives me a little bit of this. So I wonder if I do that instead. At the moment, I'll just make do with my little Behringer that gives me a little bit of this. You heard that?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that, I'll go through them. I don't know if I'll be able to do them all. I've probably chosen the wrong time in my life to hone soldering skills. Snip, 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 boom, done. Crazy. No, it's too big, as the actress said to the bishop.
Yeah.
Mr. Andrew Longhurst, who's a little bit fuzzy and his microphone's muted. British people love complaining. Don't say Behringer 3 times because then Ty appears.
Most people don't know this. Right, this is just between you and me.
Go on.
I used to work for Emu.
No.
Yeah. I've kept it a secret all this time.
It's a synthesizer, so obviously I'm interested.
Yeah.
It has keys, so obviously I'm interested.
Yeah, Moog.
I know, but you're not British. It's Moog.
Is there any other news?
Yeah, there might be. Fascinating stuff, though, Robbie. Fascinating.
Yeah, this really didn't float my boat at all.
Can I point out the only reason I came on was the fact that it was just going to be me and Kent. If I'd known you were going to be here, I would have said no.
See if I can make some music, because that would be a change. Sounds like I'm in the toilet.
Emu Systems, I know.
Really?
No one knows.
You work for Emu? No way.
Yeah, really.
If I was into modular, I'd be into this.
We've still got 15 minutes.
Still got 15 minutes.
Yeah, we still got 15 minutes. Ty, thank you so much for coming. It was great to get your input on a lot of this stuff. You always have such a unique view, and you're always so bald.
I have the final call, shall we say. I am the Simon Cowell of the ProSynth Network.
I used to work for Emu. I used to work for Emu. I used to work for Emu.
You can make a record out of that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
In a way, I'm glad Robbie's not here, because Robbie will watch this back going, no, it's amazing, it's brilliant, and it's fantastic, and everything that this company produces is amazing and brilliant and fantastic, and it's not.
It's a long one, as I said to Mrs. Puricelli on our wedding night.
I wasn't going to be happy until I had a CS80.
Let's get controversial. Let's have a good old get off my lawn. Tape machine? What's a tape machine?
I think Biscuit thinks we're not doing a very good job this week, and he might be right. Ladies and gentlemen, the drugs has finally kicked in.
The drugs have finally worn off. Flawless.
It's like having Robbie in the room.
It really is.
It's
really
like having Robbie in the room after about 6 drinks.
Thank you, mate. I do enjoy saying the end of Lenin. I can't say any more than that. Ignore the pro bit. No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
I'm making it up as I go.
Yeah, I know.
Not every synth in the world needs MPE.
Could the KR11 be the next 606? Finding it difficult to find passion and enthusiasm at the moment.
We need a PSM penguin of death. This is the incredibly pro synth network here.
They're quirky. I like them.
I like that one.
They're quirky. They're quirky. I like them.
Thank goodness you're here to fill in the gaps where I run out of things to say.
Actually, I create the gaps most of the time.
I dig the holes, you create the gaps.
Yeah. So I will now leave and shoot myself in the head.
When I was working for a company called EMU, probably none of you know I did, but
You've never mentioned that before.
I never have. I never have.
We're going to get accused of gear snobbery by the drum machine brigade.
What an absolute shower I am.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's the one and only Mr. Kent Spong.
Greetings. That's that subject taken care of.
We're just so shit at this.
Oh, God's sake.
We are just so awful. I hope you were talking, because I have no idea what was going on.
No, we were all here stunned.
Ladies and gentle people, folks, that was that. Shall we just shut the thing down?
It's probably the kindest thing to do.
Rightio. Well, in which case, let's put it down gently. Let's all have a moment, have a moment's silence. Are we ready?
There you go. Brilliant. PSN soundboard.
Absolutely superb.
Well, there isn't a lot of me on that, but then I suppose.
What do you mean there is? There was loads of you on there.
Loads of you.
No. You didn't want too much swearing on it. So children can enjoy it too.
Yeah, I quite like that.
That's a scary thought, but seeing me and hearing Andrew.
Oh, could be worse. Could be.
I used to work for EMU. Did I ever tell you that?
The other day about saying about you don't swear on PSN. No. You go, why? Because I said on PSN, one, it's monetized. Two, you don't know who's listening. Whereas with the pub, if they wander into the pub, it's their own stupid fucking thing.
Well, this is it.
Hence the difference.
So that was sent in to us by.
That's brilliant. I like that.
Paul Barrett.
It's a nice bit of work.
That's
that.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, you still want to put it on
Impressive.
your Patreon anyway for those people with Windows. I think.
I wonder if it won't let me share it. It's basically he's done a little front end to it, and it's got the ProSynth Network logo on, and yeah.
Oh, nice. That's really nice.
But if anybody knows, I don't know what he's built it in. That's the thing. Because what he sent me was basically a DLL file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you just drop into your VST folder. And I don't know of a reliable way to convert, if it is even indeed possible to convert a DLL into
you need your original code, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
And before it's compiled.
I wonder if he could supply us with all of those samples and the mappings, and then we put it into something a bit more. I wonder if you could stick it into Decent Sampler, couldn't you? Because Decent Sampler is completely free of charge.
Yeah, it is.
I'll have a word with him. See if
What's the
then
world
if he builds it for Decent Sampler, because I don't think it's incredibly difficult.
Stop snoring.
He could. I believe Decent Sampler is multi-platform, so he just produces it as a Decent Sampler pack. And
yeah, look at that. It still does my head in. Where was it? Right.
Mm.
That is the same cap, 50 years apart.
Yeah.
And the one on our right, the larger one, is the
big
original
one.
Yeah.
The old one.
That's a 220 at 25, and that's a 220 at 25.
Technology, eh?
Oh, I don't know what it is. I mean, because technically it's sort of like making a pint of milk smaller. She's like, how did it make it smaller? But they made it smaller. Very clever. Right, I think the power supply has been refurbished. Good Lord. Which way up is it? I can't remember. There we go. Right. Okie dokie. Picking a pokey.
Because didn't Steinberg used to have a wrapper that allowed you to turn VSTs into audio units?
Yes, there was that one point. It has been hastily dropped, though.
Yeah.
So it's a Windows VST.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if he says what it was
an
built
emulator won't help, will it? A Mac emulator, a Windows emulator on a Mac. So that's
what I'm using at the moment is a Windows virtual machine,
right?
That I've got running on my Mac. Let's see, I've made. He made a VST some years ago for some string samples that he uses all the time. So I wonder if it's been made in something like what do they call it? Is it Synth Edit or something? There was an application you could make your own plugins.
The audio version of Cool Edit or something.
Yeah.
God, I know a dog for snoring like you. You could wake the dead with that.
No, it doesn't say how it's created.
No.
Excuse me.
Well, that is a sterling effort. Very well done.
Yeah, it is. Just wonder if you can just take the samples and then, because Decent Sampler works on Windows, Mac and Linux.
Yeah.
I've never used it, but I believe it's quite good.
It's all right, actually.
Yeah.
And I was looking into it to maybe create some little sample libraries. And it's not insanely difficult because it's the guy that is behind it it's all kind of open source when it comes to developer resources, and the plugin itself is completely free.
Yeah.
As your head's asking the status on Clap, is it getting more popular? I don't know anybody who's using Clap. Do you?
I don't use it, but I see it offered quite frequently as an option when I'm installing plugins these days.
I do too,
but
come on, you're
I mean, I predominantly use Logic and Reason, and Reason doesn't use audio units, and Logic doesn't use VSTs.
Yeah, I have. I install VSTs for Reaper, and then audio units for obviously Logic. You got the new update?
Well, for Logic. Yeah. Haven't looked at the
ChatGPT thing. I haven't looked at it yet.
I haven't really played with it, so
I have done a bit with the stem splitter, but not since they added the two new. It works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some. I had a couple of tracks that I put out on an album and didn't have the original, so I stem splitted it and then added to it. yes, there's artifacts as always with the stem splitting, but you know, you don't hear it when, you know. But no, I thought it was pretty good. It'll be even better now.
Yeah.
And that technology will just get better and better. Give it a year, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, here goes a whole YouTube video on how to make presets for decent sampler.
Huh.
All you need are samples and a text editor.
All right.
And obviously it's going to be quite simple, this one, because there's no velocities or anything. It's just literally triggers.
Yeah. There you go. Back. Resplendent. Restored.
Yeah, there was some new sample packs, wasn't he, in Logic as well, which I've added.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I needed to
I think I
download
added them.
those.
I'm just going to check.
What time is it now, anyway?
Time you got a fucking watch.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock to you, sunshine.
Back at you.
Okay. In that case, fuck it.
Sound library. Oh, yeah,
Did
one
they
installed,
stay?
so I did install it.
Every 4 o'clock. I'm going to treat myself now to a cigarette, which I haven't had for a while.
Me neither. Not since 1989.
1889?
80, that's how old I am. 1989. I think it was 1989.
I was there when they were putting Big Ben in.
Yes.
In what?
Yeah.
Did he mind?
in Little Miss. Oh, Oppie's out and about.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah, so Lily stole the TV remote again this morning.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you seen Key Oxygen said there's a rapper project that's a successor to Wineskin. I knew about Wineskin. Kegworks.
Cool. Oh, a little spider web egg sack thing that's long gone.
Oh God, actually, I'm getting about 20 to 30 Edinburgh Fringe emails a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Ian. So from Venue 13. I have to be honest. I hope you've still got capacity. We haven't started. we just at the moment, because the program only came out yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago. Programs have arrived.
Yeah.
Paper versions.
Are you laying on it? Sorry, come on.
So we're. I just
you
stick them all in a folder.
Laying. You move.
And then
You have it.
we will go through them in the next couple of weeks.
Come on, come over here. That's it, good girl. Yeah, no, I'm not. No, you can stay here. What? Good girl. Oh, good girl. You're snoring now. You're awake. What's say? Going.
Not got a collar on.
She hasn't got a collar on, no. Where's your collar?
That's why she's snoring.
What have you done with your collar? Even I can't remember what you've done with your collar. I'm sure Fiona knows. Right, so we do the bits on this girl tomorrow. Replace, well, I think it works out about 253 ICs. Quite a few capacitors as well. Then boot her up and see how she sounds. And then at
Cool
that
beans.
point, get the other girl out. And what I'm going to do is use this as a reference to see if I can clamp down what is the problem with that one. And then I can finish them both together. And that'll be it. So I'm left with the OB8 to do, and then I can start doing the R&D. Oh, there's a Mustang in this.
Right, I've just emailed the guy, see if that's a possibility.
Give it a big mention on the show.
Sorry?
Giving it a big mention on the show.
Well, I don't want to mention it until maybe we've got something we can share with everyone.
Oh, I see, I'm with you.
If he either offers to make it as a decent sampler library, or sends me the sample so I can make the decent sampler library, then we can say, look, everyone can have this, whether you're Mac, Windows, or Linux.
Mm.
That would be
something you can put into Stream Deck as well, now.
Yeah, although with all those samples, I'd have to create like a couple of pages just for that.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, it's possible.
You got the little one or the big one?
I got a big one.
You got the big one, huh?
Yeah, I got the XL with 32 buttons.
Wow.
Yeah. I used 2 pages of it, one for Stream Deck, StreamYard, and the other one for the noises.
Oi! Kent! Get your hairy ass into my office now!
But I've also got a download for it for Logic, which has all the Logic shortcuts on there as well, which is quite useful.
Yeah.
Little company makes loads of little
Well, that's something I've got to do this weekend, is send in that email to iLock, dripping with lies.
Oh, yes.
That I've lost my iLock, so they can renew the licenses. It's so petty.
Yeah.
What's the problem
If you say it's broken, they want you to send it in. You say it's lost, they go, oh, okay.
I'm assuming you've lost it then.
Have now. I'll tell them Lily at it, they'll believe that.
Yeah, I haven't years since I've got a virtual iLock on for a couple of things, but I really hated iLock. The last iLock I had was when I had
I never had any real, well, up until this one broke, I've never had any trouble with iLock.
It was when I had it was Pro Tools. Pro Tools 8 I had an iLock for.
No, I had iLock right up until they got that tiny little solid aluminium one. Because now I think it's soft. It would be my age.
Yes, darling.
So
you can get a tablet, a little blue tablet that helps with that,
Yes, I imagine.
So I believe.
I imagine that heaven is full of quite a lot of, middle-aged men with their trousers around their ankles and a big smile. You go, Viagra? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
There you go, Kegworks, a rapper project. Sports 1015. I'll check that out as well.
Fiona's been very busy. There's lots of Mustang interior hanging from bits of string on the decking that have been treated. Lily's in the garden. It must be raining. Yeah, it's raining. Typical. Lily's asleep on the laptop, right? And her muzzle is laying on the touchpad, and the mouse is moving backwards and forwards like this as she breathes. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm taking the piss out of you. Sorry, darling. Rub your tummy. Rub your tum-tums. That's bad. The internet's absolutely fine now.
Yeah.
But your internet's been a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of dropouts and.
Oh, right.
Well, actually kicked out several times today.
Because you're on super fast now, aren't you?
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
And it's hardwired all the way to the hub there.
Yeah.
And I think, well, you know.
Who are you with?
Feet. Yeah.
Who are you with?
Oh, community?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because Josh has got community involved and stuff.
Yeah.
They're all right, actually.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Yeah, yeah. See, I've always found it's. I mean, my contract came up for renewal. And it was cheaper for me to slightly upgrade. I mean, I don't need it to be any faster, but so I've gone to 45 quid a month.
Yeah.
And it's got a bit, and it's it's 900 download, I think, or whatever it is. I can't remember now, but it's it was 600 before. It's 900 now.
Well, we were with Virgin, and to go to a gig was like twice or three times more expensive than it was with Community. So we went, okay. And then when Community said, well, you can have number portability, I go, good, but it will take a while. Okay. Well, I don't have any synthesizers coming in for a couple of weeks. Yay. But it ended up taking 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with somebody called, because in Frome we got choice of Virgin, or True Speed, and when we first, before we moved here, I asked, I did a Facebook question thing, and everybody said, "Oh, don't go with Virgin." And I've been with Virgin before, so we went with True Speed, and they're great actually. I mean, when they get an outage, they actually text me and tell me, which is really good. They say, "I'm really sorry, but we've got an outage now. We're going to try and fix it in the next couple of hours or whatever."
It wouldn't surprise me if you have these companies, but they're using another company's infrastructure anyway.
Well, they're using OpenReach. It's all on OpenReach.
There you go. There you go.
I think it's all on OpenReach.
I've been with PlusNet now for well over a decade, and the only time I've had an outage, I think I've had probably 2 or 3 ever since I've been with them.
One.
And it's always been a net, like a. You remember? I think the last time there was a massive, like half the country.
Oh, there's a huge upgrade, wasn't it?
Well, the big problem was what's called the last mile. The last mile was where, from the that was always the big problem, which is where OpenReach had to do lots of infrastructure stuff. Yeah,
they went from copper to fibre.
Yeah,
that was a huge.
But there's still, there's still places where I've got fibre to the property, which is the best way to get the best speeds.
Yeah,
that's what I've done.
Because in my last house, it was fibre to the cabinet, and the cabinet was only like 500 yards away.
Yeah, it's the last mile bit. Yeah,
but it was still copper cable, so you could only get like 70 or 80 meg downloads. But the thing, the problem I have now is I've got gigabit. I've had gigabit for a while now because PlusNet did me a nice little deal. I think I get it for like 35 a month because I don't pay any line rental.
No, I don't.
Because I don't have a landline.
I don't have a landline.
And the problem I have now to get like the full whack is I have to be wired in via Ethernet. The Wi-Fi is okay, and it's good for pretty much everything that I do. I do the whole show over Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I can get 500, 600 on the Wi-Fi, but to get the full lot, I would have to be wired in, and that would mean running cables across doorways and hallways and shit.
Oh, interesting. Because I'm getting the full whack over the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think it's just where my router is, and the construction of the house is.
It's always about. I mean, you know, there's some. As you know, when I first moved in, there was no Wi-Fi. The only place I could get Wi-Fi was at the top of the house.
Yeah.
In the swimming pool room. Because actually the router's pretty close to me, but because there's in effect 2 walls in between it.
Mm.
Actually, no, 3 walls, because it's just the other side of the staircase. So it's 3. Yeah, I don't really get it here. It's really. I mean, near the door, I can just about get Wi-Fi. Luckily, they'd already cabled in. They'd hardwired into here. You know.
I must admit, Virgin router is better than community.
Right.
Because I could get the phone down here wouldn't disconnect, and the internet is fine, you know, wireless from that front room.
Mm.
But you see, it cuts when I just start to walk on the grass there.
Yeah.
It goes.
Mm.
I know Josh has put those extenders in because it's three floors, you know, and his office is on the first floor, and he just wasn't getting just enough Wi-Fi.
It's a 50-meter, I'd say 45 cable, because that, I mean, like I say, it's just there, but it runs from the front room window.
Yeah.
And it goes all up around the back of radiators and then along the garden that way, just under the decking, and then under the grass all the way down behind the shed and everything, and into the workshop.
So the stupid thing is my router is like, it's just there in the hallway.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would say it's 1, 2, 3 meters from where I'm sat. But my computer's over here by this wall, and there's another wall there, and so you know it's all So I could run a cable, but the thing is, I'd have to run the cable under a rug, and then around a doorway, come in, and then around the frame, and then into. So it's a bit of a fucking ball ache. But I might just do it because I'm paying for the speeds, you know.
I used to do that when.
What is the deal with Bluetooth? When I was what was I trying to get to connect? Some Bluetooth. Oh, I was at the Rolly side because for some reason I was having trouble getting the Rolly to connect to Max Celia. And he goes, "Oh, things you must check. Is Bluetooth turned on?" And it says, "Are you near a large body of water?"
Water.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when we had. I mean, the Bluetooth widget on Rolly. I mean, it's probably upgraded since when we was dealers, but it was always problematical connecting, and it would drop out, and that was
well, that's where
I think.
If you get anything with Bluetooth, you've got to go with the more recent, like Bluetooth 5,
it is,
or BLE as it's called, Bluetooth Low Energy.
Yeah.
Because it channel hops.
Yeah.
So it's always looking for the strongest channel within the band, and will jump, you know, all over. You won't notice it's doing it because you're still connected. It's just always finding the strongest thing. And we found that, like in my day job, we have these products that use Bluetooth, that by using BLE, we were able to get consistent connections at great distances, because as you move around, you know, different channels become stronger or weaker, or some are being interfered with less or more, and so it's always just saying, yeah, well, I'm going to go for the strongest one, and I'm always picking the strongest one, so your connection is actually a lot more stable, and that would apply definitely to, and that's why WIDI works better than the Roland and the Yamaha Bluetooth adapters, because for some stupid reason I know the Yamaha ones are quite old, but the Roland ones are quite new. They still use Bluetooth 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Widdy uses Bluetooth 5, so Widdy's always looking for the strongest channel.
Because for a long time I used to say that Bluetooth wasn't good enough, and it wasn't good enough in the early days.
Mm.
It was a real pain in the ass.
Well,
for
I still
audio,
that Bluetooth has struggles with the Rollies
it's always struggled with Rollies.
because of the amount of data.
Yeah.
But
And that was, I mean, apart from not liking the actual touch of the keyboard, that was the other reason that I didn't want to go down.
Well,
the one thing about the instrument is that it's old school. Yes, there's USB MIDI, but you've got old school 5-pin in MIDI, which works great.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
But I must admit, I know it'd be an unwelcome statement, but when it came to the Rollies, they worked better and more reliably on Windows machines than the Macs.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Because I was connecting to a Mac.
Yeah.
You know.
So even though the Mac Studio is literally 2 feet away from the Bluetooth port on the Rollie, and it's dropped out. Weird.
Yeah.
That's all right, Siri, I'm coming out. You don't have to come in.
Oh, something you want to tell us, Kent?
Yeah. Yes.
I haven't looked at Rolly for a long time.
What was that Gary Delaney joke?
Somebody saying that the Equator 2 was cheaper. Because I've only got Equator 1. It won't run on my Mac anymore because the license thing is a problem.
Yeah.
It still runs fine on my laptop, but I have to keep logging in, and I have to log in twice every time to my Rolly account. It's a pain in the ass.
Equator 2 is actually, I'm thinking about it. I don't know how much Equator 2 is. I have to roll
It was a couple of
It's
£100, wasn't it?
But it's always free.
It's free if you got a Rolly, but you have to buy. Yeah. And I was given a license to Equator 1 because we were a dealer to try and sell.
Well, the bit of software that Rolly were bundling was Strobe.
Yeah, I had that as well.
Brilliant, but you can't get that now.
No, mine stopped working. Yeah.
It's not on their site anymore.
No. I'm just looking here at they're talking about Surge XT, which is a really good synth for MPE and free. Anybody can use that.
Have either of you got Mini Freak? Arturia Mini Freak or Mini Freak V?
I've got
or
a Micro Freak, not a Mini Freak.
Because they've just released the Mini Freak Vocoder edition.
Oh, really? You said that was going to happen, didn't you?
Well, we played with it at Super Booth.
Ah, right.
In the secret room. But if you've got an existing Mini Freak, the firmware update adds in the capability, and you just got to plug a microphone in the back, and away you go. But yeah, it's a white Mini Freak now, the Vocoder edition, and the gooseneck is a more substantial gooseneck than the micro.
I like Mini Freak, and I'd like to buy one at some point in the future because I spent a long time, not this year, but last year, playing it at the Synth and Pedal show. I was on it for a good best part of half an hour. And it's an extension on Micro Freak, which I love. But I got it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
But the gooseneck now actually comes on a little tabletop stand rather than just plugging into the back. Because apparently they were getting a lot of vibration or something.
I've not used the vocoder on the Micro Freak, but at some point I will.
Nelly,
yeah, 619.
See, the price is good. No, I mean I can't afford it.
Euro, that is. That'll be
but you'll
550.
Yeah.
Because the update is free, the firmware's free, and the Mini Freak V plugin also gets the update as well, so you can use the vocoder on the plugin as well.
Yeah.
Some very nice sounds. So yeah, there's one more thing that they've got coming out in the pretty near future, which a lot of people are going to go, ooh.
Oh yes, you were saying, yeah.
So But I'll tell you, I don't know what's happened in the last week or so. We got told the release date for the Mini Freak. We only got told the exact release date on Monday, and it was supposed to be on Tuesday, the release date. And then I emailed Arturia and said, "Where's all the marketing assets?" Didn't get a response. Then got told it's actually coming out today, and then Arturia went live with it yesterday, but we couldn't talk about it until half an hour ago. So it was all on all the pages and the firmware and the upgrades and the plugins. Hello, Charlie. It was all on the Arturia website a day before it was supposed to come out. K-Oxygen, if you want to update, so what you have to do is you first of all update the Mini Freak V plugin through Arturia Service or Software Center, and then you connect your Mini Freak hardware via USB to your computer, fire up the plugin, and the plugin will say, "There's an update," and then you just do the update.
Cool. Cocked him on the top of his head.
Look at that fluffy monster.
Yeah. Too cool for school.
Charlie
too
too.
cool for school.
With my
Charlie.
Mr. Puffles.
Hello, my
He's talking to his friends.
Puddly boy. How you doing?
Oh, fuck off, Dad. You're embarrassing me, Dad.
He really doesn't like affection. He's never liked being handled. You go, oh,
fuck this.
I'm leaving now. Good
Fuck
day
you.
to you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, I like cuddles.
Yeah.
I like cuddles.
I got loose, mate, Nelly. Dog on you. Just around the good thingy, though. It's got thingy. Plug that in there. It doesn't work. Really doesn't work.
Right.
Used
Try
to.
it without the long bit.
Used to work.
Chapter 18.
Say something.
What?
Yeah, it works.
No, but not with the long bit. I tried it on you.
It doesn't work with the long bit. No.
I didn't get it in.
You couldn't get it in. Did you try lubricating it first?
You had to go there.
Of course.
Fair enough.
Why wouldn't I? I had the
We
ticket.
expect nothing less, Ken. Come on, man.
I paid the fare. I mean, why not go?
Oh. My lady's back.
Hey.
You can't see there's this massive glow, isn't there?
Oh.
Neon strips provide the lighting, and as a doctor, John would imagine the occupant suffering migraines and asthenophobia after only a short time is unhealthy.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Poor old Janie's just had root canal.
Oh,
So we're going to go and have a game of dominoes.
that'll work.
Yeah, it will work.
Although-
He's fighting and that's the problem.
Although I personally would prescribe painkillers instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, so if you're still on, I'll be back later then.
Right, all.
All right. Later, boys.
See you on.
Bye, chatties. Bye.
I reckon Matt must be out of surgery, or either that or he's not gone in yet.
Right.
Because he's just liked a couple of posts on Facebook a few minutes ago.
It depends on what time he was going in.
Mm.
But I'd imagine they wouldn't hang him around long because if it's burst, you've got to get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to get on with it. So let's hope it's post.
Indeed.
It's surrounded by engineers in grey overalls who seem to be finishing their checks, packing away their...
Yeah, his appendix burst.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 1 minute it's fine, next minute he's in bloody hospital. Oh, I don't know.
On the screen,
I've got Noah sitting on my feet.
Charlie's up on the back of the settee again, as is Nellie. Lily's over in the corner, curled up in a little ball. All is well with the world. Everybody's quiet and relaxed now, yeah?
Anything for biogenesis.
No, this one's been like a shadow last few months. I mean, just turn around, there she is. Yeah. You become right daddy's girl, haven't you? But Lily is really into Fiona, big time. Big time. You went out to, what was it, Tesco's a couple of days ago, and she sat on the settee here next to me, howling until her mummy came back. Mind you, I made things worse by howling with her. But yeah, that got her going more. So we howled together, didn't we, Lil? It was quite a gentle howl. But like I said before, I mean, like with Charlie, he does his whoa, whoa, whoa. And I just, when people go, oh, don't they want you? I said, no. Because neither of them do that screaming that huskies can do.
I saw a video the other day. I might have sent it to you. The bloke carrying a husky down the garden somewhere, and it was screaming like a child.
Yeah. They're like that when they go to the groomers as well.
Jeez.
They just scream and scream and scream and scream. If they're not, really not into it. But we're trying to get Lily to be very used to the brush, as it were. And because we've had her from a pup, that's very doable. Whereas him, God, I don't know how old he was before we got hold of him, and it was far too late to get him used to something that he was already terrified of.
Yeah.
Or just didn't like, full stop. Because he's still not into having people. You go to stroke him, and he's like this with his head. He just pulls away from everybody all the time. And it's sort of like, if I stay out of the way, I won't get into trouble kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Because he was badly beaten, wasn't he? Weren't you? When you were a little fella, that fucking Jippo used to beat the shit out of you. Obviously not as much as Mick did when he caught the Jippo. Oh, fuck me. Put him in hospital anyway, I know that much. Yeah. What was interesting was, because Mick was saying, he said it was inevitable. He said, I was going out to the van to go to work, he says, and this police car pulls up and making inquiries. He's obviously been fingered. But he's got his name on the side of the van that he pulled up in to beat the shit out of the bloke. And he goes, you tell me about what went on. He says, yeah. He says, I was just driving home, and this husky was tied to a post with a chain, and the guy was hitting him with a metal bar. So I pulled up, got out of the van, went up to him, smacked him in the face, took the bar off him and beat him with it. And the copper went, fair enough, and left it at that.
Yeah. There you go. This is that video I saw the other day.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, thank Christ Charlie isn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah, he would. But you've had a dog like that in the back garden. The next thing you know, the doorbell's going and there's child services.
Exactly, door. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Good. yeah, because you see a lot of these little videos or whatever. You know, this dogs are banned and it's all literally like a walking skeleton or maltreated and like that. And you go, they never find out the fuckers who did it and go around there and kick the shit out of them.
Aye.
So at least this one did have a satisfying conclusion. Didn't it, Charlie? Yeah?
Right, I need to go and change and get ready to go out because I've got to be ready as soon as she gets home.
Oh, yeah. At the door?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, she'll come in from work. Yeah. She'll just throw a t-shirt and something on and then we're just straight out the door again.
Brilliant.
So at least we can try and get something to eat before the gig starts. Because it's at the Norwich Arts Centre, which is like this. It's the same place that they do Synth East.
Okay.
So it's all standing.
Yeah.
And I don't do standing gigs very well anymore, so I've got to find somewhere I can like lean up against.
You want one of those little, those fold-out stool things.
Yeah, but the thing is, everyone else is standing, so if I sit down.
True.
Yeah, there's a couple of. There is a balcony area. There's like a raised area at the back, and because it's quite a small venue, it's not too far away from the stage. So if you can get there, it's right. Usually, it's right behind the front of the house desk, so you get a good sound anyway. But
yeah,
it's just getting into Norwich at like 6 o'clock when it's kind of everyone's trying to come home.
Mate, it's like trying to get into anywhere in the UK at 6 o'clock. Jesus.
Yeah. This is true.
Up in town, it's just it's mad. Absolutely mad. Mad, sir. Mad. All right, then.
Mad.
So, a catch-all letter, as it were.
And we'll have a word about tomorrow.
At
some point between now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'll do another workshop pub tomorrow when I'm working on the 80. Doing the restore and then the boot up. It hasn't been on for a long time, apparently.
Okay.
A very long time. So.
Hence why you started with the power supply.
I do that anyway. Just part of the course.
Yeah.
Not worth putting any stress on it.
No. That's it.
Right, I mean, 9 times out of 10 they will fire up and go, yay, you know. But nah.
I've just had this come in. Oh God, where is it? He says,
What is that?
This is a power supply fan assembly.
Right.
Series 3 Fairlight. So I've got two fans there.
There's some chunky fans on that, isn't it?
Well, that's just the two small ones.
Bloody hell.
The big ones sit next to them.
Yeah.
Sucking air through the bottom and spitting it out the top.
Bloody hell.
So I've got to fit that at some point soon.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going up to Wiltshire. So,
you're going to be glad to see the back of these bloody things after a while.
I've kind of
because they're very, very heavy. Very heavy.
Very heavy and very annoying.
Very chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that 2X, Coldplay's 2X. Bloody hell.
Yeah. They're not light. Oh, and I got really annoyed yesterday. I watched this little mini documentary. There's I think it's Vice or Noisy. I can't remember. It's one of these internet kind of media channels, and they're really good little mini documentaries. I watched one on Wheatus and how they came up with Teenage Dirtbag, and then another one about what's her face, the one who did. Anyway, they did one on Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, and they interviewed Stock Aitken Waterman and Rick Astley, and a couple of other people, and it was really interesting. And they got into the creation of the song, and there were two things in this video that really fucking annoyed me. One was they had I don't know where they got it from. I don't know if it's one of Stock Aitken or Waterman's, but it's a beautiful 2X, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then they kept going on about, oh yeah, we used the Fairlight for this and the Fairlight for that, but they didn't use a Fairlight 2X. They used the Series 3.
Yeah. By then.
And it was the one and the only out of factory black Series 3. The whole system was black rather than white. It was the only one they ever made out of the factory.
Ah.
And Stock Aitken and Waterman had it. I don't know where it is because I almost had it here. Bastard, beat me to it. So that annoyed me. And then they insisted for some reason when they were, I can't remember whether it was Stock or Aitken. I can never remember which one is which. But they, sometimes they reverse photographs for whatever reason, and there's always something obvious. They reversed the video, so they've got this beautiful, 4K res video of this interview, and next to the guy is an emulator too. But the disk drives are on the right hand side.
On the other side, yeah.
I'm like, my OCD was going, no, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, why?
Anyway.
I wonder why
It's a really good little mini documentary about Rick Astley and how they made Never Gonna Give You Up and how it affected him and his career, and it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I need to go and put some clothes on, or different clothes on.
Indeed. All right, then.
Indeed. All right, I'll see you later. Bye, everyone in the chat.
Right. Everybody take care. Look after yourselves.
See you soon.
Be healthy. Be well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you, Rob.